much more stronger. We were out living this thing from black to bone, I bet you know. Working hard, all alone, we are on together, yeah. This is the mother, look at the hum. Believe the hammer, break the dream. With this the mother, look at the hum. Believe the hammer, break the dream. We think the dream, 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 the dream, the dream. Drop to bone, I bet you know. I bet you know.
Good numbing. Hello YouTube, I hope you're all doing well. We're back with more Zenless Zone Zero today. It's been a while because I kind of committed to the grind of getting Shin Megami Tensei 5 finished, and I was also addicted to Shin Megami Tensei 5. But we're back, and it's a few little things have changed, but really not much, because I haven't advanced the story at all. But like my rank, I guess you could say, I know it's like your internet level or whatever, has gone up to 34, where I've just been like doing dailies each day and what. There is a new event as well, but we can't start it until I actually like do the chapter 2 interlude, so we need to actually do more plot at some point. But we will do that one steady step at a time. Last we left off, we kind of finished, we're technically still in chapter 2, but we finished the main bulk of it. All we need to do is like some cleanup. We need to go to the outpost or something, but we've also unlocked the ability to start Nekomata's story stuff, and I think we can do all of them. So we is going to do that to start with, and then we'll go to the outpost afterwards. On the day accompanied by 4 7 gales and thunderstorm alerts, with a serious look on his face, Wise asked me to meet them on the rooftop. I asked you to come to the roof because I have something to tell you. Have you seen how windy it is today? You're my family, so I think this needs your approval. Well, what's your opinion on Nekomata? Wait, the two of you? Wait, you got it wrong. I didn't kidnap Nekomata from the Cunning Hares to work here because I wanted to store to make more money. I'm not like that. That was awfully specific, though. Oh? Just let me explain. It was her idea. Be more specific. Nekomata contacted me earlier today and asked if we were hiring. She also mentioned the Cunning Hares are not doing so hot financially. She recommended herself, saying she's eagle-eyed, efficient, hardworking, and kind. I bet she wants to work here to pay off some debts for the Cunning Hares. What a good cat. There's actually a mountain of new videotapes that need sorting. Nekomata can work through them if she comes to work for us. Eagle-eyed, efficient, hardworking, and kind. She sounds like a great fit for sorting through videotapes. And then let's have her work. I'll get the unsorted videotapes out. Before long, Nekomata arrives at the video store.
I'm here, guys! Ready to go!
She's like, I'm ready to work! Let me at him! Let me at him!
Hello, Nekomata. Seeing as you're ready, let's not waste any time. I'll go over how we sort our videotapes, and you can get to work.
Huh? Work? Hang on a minute. Didn't you agree on a commission to take me and a client into a hollow?
Didn't your message say Nicole wanted you to work here to pay off your debt?
That's not what I meant! I was talking about working down in the hollows.
Now knowing that Nekomata's English VA is the same VA as Robin from Star Rail, like, I can kind of hear it, but at the same time, wow, Alice, you've got some range, sister.
It might look like she has a bank account or a conscience to be, but Nicole has been pretty good to me.
Sorry for the misunderstanding, but seeing as we're going down into a hollow, shouldn't the rest of the cunning hairs be here too?
I came up with this commission myself. I'm not sure how to put this. Before, I got everybody into a real pickle with vision, but Nicole still asked me to stay. Now that the cunning hairs are in the red, I think it's time for me to see what I can do!
Hustling side gigs to make ends meet while the boss can't afford to pay out wages. How admirable.
Well, ever heard of a fortune cat? And once I get back from this gig with my pay, I'm gonna make the old poker face say, Nekomata, you really are the very model of a cunning hair.
I love her Anby impressions.
I thought you and Anby had made up already.
It's not about making amends. It's about the competitive mindset of professionals. Being at Gentle House is a job after all. Besides, even street gangs have performance metrics these days. Hell, that at Faithin. I've got a lucrative commission set up. You want in?
Give me the details on this commission first.
No problem. Here's the situation. There's this company that lost a bunch of etheric resources down in a hollow. They're recruiting skilled agents and proxies to do some field surveys down there, in the hopes of one day retrieving it all.
Sounds easy enough. But field surveys aren't usually a terribly lucrative commission.
Relax. This is just the first step. Think about it. The company needed to find help on Internaut just to run some field surveys. When it comes to the official recovery later on, they'll definitely be looking for more.
Ah, I see what you mean. Resource recovery definitely pays well. I expect people will be fighting over who gets that commission. But if we've already worked with them before, then we'll be their first choice.
We sure will. That's Faithin for ya, razor-sharp brains. You gotta cast out a long line to catch a big fish. So, you interested in the commission now?
So, what about our payment?
Split it, 50-50. How about it? Pretty good, huh? I'll go confirm the place and time with the client, and then we can get straight to it.
I mean, it sounds simple enough, but this is Nekomata, so fucking... It's never going to be as simple as it seems. Cat and mouse misplace.
Did you call me?
I only handle technical matters.
Hey, don't look
What is
down on me.
Neko? Okay, she is a DPS unit.
I only
So I can
do
just
it.
keep the rest of the team
I
as
only
is.
handle technical matters.
Because, you know, she only handles technical matters. Cat and mouse misplaced. Complete the survey route with the guide. Oh, I like the vibe of this track.
Master, this time I am a limited edition version of Fairy. Fairy Cat, at your service. Please follow the guide to the end of the route.
Oh, I thought she was going to start making like, this like perfect route and shit like that.
Suggests you find the guide
Okay.
first. Meow.
Meow.
Your virtual assistant is getting on my nerves. That guy is our guide, right?
Oh, I love the vibes of this track.
Hi, you're Nekomata, right? Allow me to, introduce myself. I'm Ollie, and I'm in charge of this operation.
Operation? This is just a field survey. Is it like a trend for companies to use fancy names?
I mean, This time at least I'm your client. Yes, client and guide. Speaking of which, our proxy isn't here yet?
We're both right here?
Miss Nekomata, please don't kid around. It's just you and me here. No others?
He doesn't seem to realize this bamboo right under his nose is a proxy.
I'm the other.
I'm the other one.
Ah! Who's there?
Meow! My ears! Sorry I wasn't clear before, Ollie. But please, keep Siren's hearing in mind. So, as you can see, this talking bamboo is our proxy.
Oh, is that so? My bad. Whew, well, that was embarrassing, letting you see that side of me. But I promise I'm still a reliable guy. Please, lean on me. Just as much as I'm leaning on this stalagmite right now. See, chatting and laughing so freely like this, while being so close to an ether crystal, whew, that's more than enough to demonstrate my aptitude for it. Did the crystal just move? Oh, don't tell me!
Oh, it's one of those inactive sleeping at the...
Okay, I see where this is going.
Calm down! I said it's just an inactive ethereal.
This guy's gonna be a complete fucking crybaby, this whole thing, isn't he?
Seems he's not paying attention to anything right now.
Well, let's take care of the ethereal first and talk after.
Didn't we say inactive? Oh, this guy.
Let's get rid of these ethereals first.
Alright, Nekomata, I gotta remember your game plan, because it's been a minute. Your whole thing is like getting in and out, isn't it? Oh, she's another character that looks at the camera. Like, she's like super fast and just kind of is to get in, out.
I'm over here!
Yeah, if you hold it down, she does the dash, and if you like combo it, you can further dash.
You can't escape! No problem!
Oh, it's been a minute. I was like, oh man, I forgot how good the soundtrack is in this damn game. Right, so you hold and then like... I can't remember like how you like, but it's like oh, you got chain the dash attack.
Watch out, surprise attack. Oh.
Yeah, I got my rhythm back. I remember it now. I just got so used to my bread and butter with Ellen and Kaleda and Grace, because I still don't have Furina.
But in the future, could you please not wander aimlessly around the battlefield so much? I don't want you to get hurt. When I read the notes for this job, I assumed you'd be a little more... composed? I didn't expect companies would have such different requirements for holo surveyors.
Diversity it's highly valued by the company.
Which company? Because it isn't Hoyoverse. Sorry. Is that topical? Diversity? Hoyoverse? One black character is all we're asking for, Genshin. Just one. It's not that hard.
Fine. I'm really not the best at dealing with ethereals. But I've got a few tricks up my sleeve when it comes to recovering etheric resources.
Really? Then I guess I'll trust you. Well, since you mentioned etheric resource recovery, there's no sense hiding it. What we really want is to help support your resource recovery business in the future. So, if everything goes smoothly today, could you have a word with your boss and help us get in on the follow-up commission?
Oh, yeah, of course. No problem, just leave it up to me.
We're counting on you, Mia. Tell you the truth, I've been planning on switching careers recently. Working for a big fancy company like yours ought to pay better than hustling on internet for myself, right?
Sure does.
Can you tell us how much of a cut you take for recovering etheric resources like this?
Oh, yeah. My cut. It's... well, it's...
How silly of me, Mia. You work for a company, so you must get a fixed salary plus bonuses. But I guess that's confidential.
In before he says he's a volunteer.
Yes.
He's a volunteer and he gets paid nothing.
That is very considerate of you, Miss Nekomata. I won't disclose exactly how much it is then.
Cool. Let's not talk about salaries right now then. Shall we get started with surveying the route?
Oh, okay. Just let me look up the exact details here.
Psst. Hey, Ethan. What do you think of this Ollie guy?
So you say all that on
I was
purpose.
thinking, you get on so great with the cunning hairs. Why would you suddenly want to switch careers? But I get it. You said all that on purpose.
I feel like he's a little weird. He talked about working with this company, but his story's full of holes. It's obvious he's not familiar with them. What do you think, Broxy?
He seems like a fake. Maybe he's just a punk who got a tip-off and is trying to hustle some money from down in a hollow.
I thought so too. Working with you sure saves a lot of hassle. But I'm confused about why he's still forcing himself to come in here when he's obviously terrified. There must be something going on behind the scenes. Maybe there's a big score waiting to be revealed. In any case, let's finish up this commission with him, then find a way to figure out what's really going on.
That was a very extended just gap of silence. What the fuck?
Please stick together.
Mr. Ollie, about your company.
Oh, wait a minute, what's that noise? Would you go check ahead?
Master, Ollie refuses to proceed due to an unusual acoustic occurrence. I suggest you go and investigate.
You discovered a still functioning timed alarm in the corner of an abandoned building. What kind of emergency? I'm not just being oversensitive. It's just that always triggers my memories of emergency sirens. So Ollie often hears emergency sirens. That's sus. What kind of emergencies do you mean? Ollie stutters and awkwardly responds. You see, we have some outdated equipment over there, and it's not rare to encounter issues like fires, electrical leaks, leaky toilets, and stuff.
Phew. Oh, luckily that's not an enemy. We should get out of here. Oh, over there!
Talking about work, Mr. Ollie, what do you...
Yeah, he's gonna avoid the question at every chance.
Oh, what's that? Oh, there's something wobbling around! Straight ahead! Can you go check?
Master, there is an unknown object moving around in the ruins ahead. Ollie is scared stiff and unable to continue. Please head there and investigate.
Just say what you want to say, Fairy. We get it. Just be like, Master, Ollie is a bitch. You walk into the ruins and you discover a wrinkled, worn coat. If you show up to a wrinkled uniform, I'll don't be scolded. Your company has a uniform? A suit. A suit. Hey, check this. What's in the pocket? It's a supermarket coupon. Let's give it to Nekomata. And unexpectedly obtained a supermarket coupon. Nekomata decides not to press Ollie about the holes in his story even now.
Can't wait to go shopping after getting my pay.
There is some writing on the wall ahead. Ollie believes this may be a useful marker.
I love that it
Proceed
says the faithful
forward
assistant
to
Fairy
check it out.
Cat. Congratulations, you've arrived at where I've been. I wish you good luck in all your future endeavours. Let me bestow upon you a blessing. Then a recording of a song by a person who was way too confident in their singing voice starts playing. You got this a blessing? It was a song of blessings attracting ethereals. Go, Nekomata! I wish some of the ults weren't just like a flashier version of just one of their standard attacks. Nekomata's follow-up when you do like a chain attack thing is literally the same animation, just like with less flashiness to it. I get it, there's a lot of characters, and I imagine as more characters get added, there's going to be more like that, unfortunately. But it's still just a bit like, oh, come on. Like, when you use the ult, you want it to be something a bit special, and that's just an enhanced version of her swap attack.
Ethereals are way too scary. We should get out of here.
And considering she's a 5-star as well, it's even more like, come on, you know? I mean, technically so is Grace, but it's just a bigger boom. But, like, at least in Grace, it's a bigger boom. You know, at least it's...
I forgot to bring the key card.
Oh, okay, this guy is beyond useless.
Can you please go take a look?
There, Ollie, you little loser. We opened the door for you.
We should go this way now. Yeah. It should be safe around here. Oh, why are Ethereals here all of a sudden? Take care of them. I'm begging you.
Is this the Nekomata quest, or is it the Ollie quest? Come on. It's like when you're playing Persona 5 and you're trying to do Makoto's social link. It's like, is this Makoto's social link or Makoto's friend social link? Like, who am I actually here for here? Okay, come on, guys. I will say though, I love that Nekomata's like chain attack has like huge range, so you can catch a lot of enemies with it. Because I get it, like Grace's, her ult is kind of the similar thing as well. I just hope it doesn't become the norm with like future characters that their ult beyond the surface animation is just the same animation each time. So, like compared to something their chain attack to their ult, because there is a few characters like that I've noticed where their chain attack. I think that's what it's called. I might be completely misremembering what it's called, but like the special attack when they're stunned when you dive in after a special or after a skill usage. Compared to their ult, some like too many of them are the same animation just with more visual effects.
Materials have all been taken care of.
Home stretch. Can I walk behind you too?
Just follow me.
Even Nekomata's like, okay, fine.
Oh, the survey route finishes right up there.
How can there be so many? They may be small, but I've got a weird feeling about this.
Ah, there! That's a big one!
Is it really that scary?
You better enter the critical stage. Oh yeah, let's go. I didn't know there was going to be any dialogues. They're like, hey, the guy's freaking out over an enemy that's like an inch bigger than the previous one. Are you ready? Oh, that was more accidental. I just wanted to swap to Nekomata, but sure, we'll do that.
Children need lots of rest.
Oh, there's still more enemies here. Oh, this is the final wave, so this is the last enemy. Okay, yeah, it really is. The guy really was exaggerating then. We know what this is.
Ready? No way out for you!
Lucky you!
Rang. Here we go.
Phew, that's great. That's a wrap for the commission, thanks to the both of you. Couldn't have gotten it all done today without you. As for your payment, once we exit the hollow, I'll have funds transferred to Miss Nekomata's Internet account. Oh, and don't worry, I'll be putting in a good word for you two back at the company.
Okay, we're counting on you, Mia.
Now that our business is done and dusted, shall we head out of the hollow now?
No problem. Me and the proxy will find the fastest and safest route out of the hollow. This is how a proxy makes a living, so we can't let you listen in. Sorry about that.
I understand. I'll just stand over there and turn my back to you. You can trust me.
Darn it. I was so busy and flustered the whole time I never got around to asking this guy about his true purpose and identity. We don't have time. We have to leave a hollow soon and then everyone will go their separate ways.
Nekomata, to be clear, getting info through torture isn't
It's like,
Come on, I know that.
It's like, I know you want to get info out of him. We gotta be sensible here.
Besides, just because I was taken in by a street gang doesn't mean I'm gonna do stuff like that. Proxy. Speaking of street gangs, that reminds me. It's time to use my secret ability. Watch this.
Nekomata quickly darts over to where Ollie was standing without him noticing and returns just as quickly.
Got it. Now let me see what this so-called guide Ollie has on him. Huh? Wait, these are handcuffs?
Please respect other people's hobbies, Nekomata. Put that back. It's private.
Hold up, Belle. Fairy just detected a string of numbers on the handcuffs that match the same format used by public security.
What? These handcuffs belong to a public security officer?
Miss Nekomata, Proxy, how's your chat going? I think I can hear some ethereals nearby. What are my handcuffs doing over? I mean, they're not my not handcuff. Oh.
Tell us the truth, Ollie. Why do you have public security handcuffs on you?
It's that I found those handcuffs.
Oh, so you just found them somewhere. Well then, that's completely fine, yeah?
Uh-oh. Nekomata suddenly gives Ollie a sharp kick to the knee, then pins him to the ground.
Well now, Ollie. I took you for a rookie thief judging by the way you cowered like a chicken in the hollow. I never thought you'd steal something from a public security officer. I thought I could get a nice score from your commission. But seems we ought to be grateful you haven't landed us in even more trouble. And these handcuffs that you just found? What kind of incompetent officer would lose their own equipment?
Nekomata's a smart cookie when it suits. She's like, okay, Ollie's sus. She caught that one immediately, but then from just stealing handcuffs of him, managed to slowly but surely unravel what he's doing. But now she has him pinned to the ground. Hell yeah. So is it we lost Nyana's meme, but happy for the Robin's VA, she needs more roles? Absolutely. I'm happy to hear that she's doing better, and she's getting more stuff, because I thought she did an amazing job as Robin in HSR, and it's wild how much range she has, because Nekomata sounds nothing like how Robin sounds in HSR. But I hope you're doing well, dude.
Any cop who lets you take their cuffs off them must be a real weakling.
Please, Please don't insult public security officers. A public security officer has to grit his teeth and endure arduous training. They have to stay up all night studying for exams, has to struggle to pass the strictest of screening. Only then can he become an officer.
You wonder if ENVAs I unironically like.
Why are you getting all virtuous all of a sudden?
But speaking of English VAs, there's a character in Natlan, like in Coming Up with Genshin Natlan, who has pink hair, has a sassy-ish personality from what we can tell, and to my shock and surprise, has the same English VA as March 7th, and I'm like, I'm not saying she's typecast, but there is some stark comparisons between the characters she plays. The only thing is, I forget the name of the character off the top of my head. The only thing is that the Natlan character, from what I can tell, she has a more aggressive disposition in general. Like, in the trailer, the bit that you see of it, like, she's shouting at someone to leave her alone. And, like, one boy's like, what the heck is that? Like, she has much more, like, an aggressive side to her, compared to, like, March. But it's still, like, once you realize it's the same actress, you can kind of hear the same twang, if that makes sense. Like, you can kind of hear the same voice in the character, even though she's doing a little different. Like, when she shouts especially, I can just hear March.
Hold up! Don't interrupt me! We want the truth, and get on with it! Who are you really, and why did you post a fake commission through a fake company?
I say that almost...
I can't tell you!
I'm doing a super aggressive March 7th, I suppose. All of the characters in Natlan, minus the elephant in the room with their naming convention versus the culture they're supposed to be representing versus their skin color, all of them look like Pokemon trainers for Natlan, and it's genuinely wild. Like, for the three characters in the 5.0 banner, all three of them, I'm like, that's a water-type gym leader, that's a, grass-type gym leader, and that's a ground-type gym leader. Like, just straight up. And I get that, Natlan's gonna have this thing with, animals and mounts and whatnot, so maybe, it was just a bit of inspiration when they were designing the characters. It's like, hey, Pokemon kind of how, your buddy animal, let's make the designs kind of similar to that, where each character kind of looks sort of like the animal they, work with. Sort of like how a lot of Pokemon trainers in the game sort of look like, their signature Pokemon, in how they dress and whatnot. But holy shit, there are a lot of them that I'm just like, wow, these kind of all look like Pokemon trainers.
Can't tell us? Are you still not grasping the situation? Let me see. Since you're
But then, it's an awkward situation with Genshin right now. I kind of mentioned it lightly a few weeks ago, when Natlan was starting to get teased, but it's blown up a lot more, and Genshin's priorities in what they're choosing to address and choosing not to is not helping. Hoyoverse are picking and choosing what criticism to acknowledge, and it's very clear that they're ignoring the loudest one. And I don't know. I know, it can be a complicated thing, and design takes time, and redesigning things can be a whole other conversation. But the fact that they're not even acknowledging the elephant in the room with Natlan, where, for those who don't know, just to kind of recap people, it has become more apparent through the design, and especially the names of the characters for Natlan, that although there is some Spanish influence in it, like we originally assumed, it's leaning a heck of a lot more on Latin American and especially African. The actual the Archon's name is one letter off an African deity. I think. I might be wrong on this, and if I misspeak and it's not a deity, it's a historical figure, or backwards around, I apologize. But there's also Auroran, who is based on Aloran, who is either a historical or cultural or mythological figure of African origin. And it only takes a quick Google to find out that there is a real interesting problem that Genshin has put themselves into. And by that as in, why are they white? Oh yeah, and it was just as bad as in Sumeru. The only reason Sumeru got argued away is because everyone said, oh, but they'll be better in Natlan. And then they weren't. The darkest character in Natlan has lighter skin than me, and I'm a white British man. And so, yeah, it's been the talk of the town. It's been on the top bar of trending every single day of, literally, the hashtag on Twitter is, why are they white Hoyo? And I'm like, that's an hilarious hashtag. There is a petition that's got over 60,000 signatures. Many voice actors, not just in the English version, but in Japanese and even Chinese, have spoken up about it. Many Chinese figures have spoken up, and the amount of people that tried to dumb down the argument and be like, oh no, it's just Americans complaining about it, and then Chinese people are showing up with their fucking passports talking about it. No, Hoyoverse are deliberately trying to avoid the conversation of why isn't there a single black playable character in Genshin. The darkest color they're prepared to go is slightly tan. But they're prepared to have black NPCs, and they're prepared to have black enemies, but not a single black playable character. Like, actually black playable character. The darkest they go is tan. The darkest character in Genshin is as dark as me. And, like, once again, I am a white British man. But, hey! Neuvillette had they fixed a bug with Neuvillette, and people didn't like it because they liked the bug, and they rolled that one back immediately. So they're picking and choosing what criticism to acknowledge, and it's like, so people noticed that, and we were like, oh, I see how it is, Hoyoverse. People who liked a particular bug with Neuvillette that made him a little stronger than he's supposed to be, getting patched out, they didn't like that, so they changed it back because they rolled it back because they're listening to feedback. But like, the entirety of the internet right now constantly bringing up that Hoyoverse is basically whitewashing historical African deities. No, that one they won't talk about. So much so they changed the hashtag because the Natlan hashtag was so filled with people complaining. I kid you not, the hashtag for Natlan was just hashtag Natlan. And then when everyone started talking about it, and the discussion started about it, and everything else happened, I am reading chat, I just want to kind of finish my point. Hoyoverse changed the hashtag to get away from it. They changed it to hashtag Genshin Natlan. And it's like, we can see what you're doing. But the Nervy thing, they rolled it back. They fixed a bug that ended up inadvertently making Neuvillette significantly weaker. People complained and they rolled it back. He can do his bullshit again. So it's like they're clearly prepared to acknowledge criticism when they want to. I always like, and like, there's some arguments online that really wind me up because people go, oh, it's a fantasy game. And I'm like, what? Are black people not allowed to be in fantasy? Is it, like, do you think a fantasy is not having black people? That sounds kind of weird, dude. That sounds kind of fucking racy, dude. You know? I'm not saying that's everyone. It is their IP. Yeah, but when you pick up if you're making a property and then choosing to embrace a certain culture, choosing to name your characters after historical deities in it, and then go out of your way to make these historically black characters white, people are going to notice and rightly criticize that. Because you're literally whitewashing. That's literally it by definition. Taking something that's historically black and making it white. And that's what Genshin's doing with Natlan. Several named, let's say, the Archon and Auroran, both of them, their names are directly based off African deities that are, if you're in the slightest Google search, will immediately show you they're black, and they've made them white. Because Genshin, because for some reason Hoyoverse are against, well, I say for some reason, we know the reason. They aren't prepared to make an actual black playable character. The darkest they're prepared to go is Ashen, and that's just like, come on. And I think that is a completely fair criticism to have. If you're going to pick up real-world histories, real-world cultures, real-world mythologies, regardless, and they're infamously of a certain way, and you decide to go out of your way to radically change that because you're racist, and I'm going to be that guy and call them out on this, people are going to rightly point out you're doing it because you're racist and not because you're trying to have your own creative vision. They're doing it because they don't want to make a black playable character. But they're prepared to make black enemies, they're prepared to make black NPCs, but they're not prepared to make black playable characters. And I think that is a completely valid thing to call them out on. I understand, ultimately, it's a video game, it's a piece of media, it's a piece of entertainment, people are going to enjoy it any way, shape, or form, but I just wish everyone could feel represented in the piece of media they want to enjoy, instead of a game having over 120 characters and none of them being black. Is that really such a horrend, like, evil thing to ask for a bit more diversity in your fantasy game? Like, I understand, like, depending on the circumstance, it is what it is, and there are a lot of situations where I am prepared to take a step back and be like, no, it's the creator's vision, they're doing it a certain way, yada yada. But Genshin in particular prides itself so openly. I mean, they pride themselves so openly on their understanding of culture and their desire to learn and represent each culture individually to such an extent they made Mondstadt and Fontaine separate regions, despite one's Germany, one's French. When they could have very easily, for someone who's not as interested in historical research, not as interested in going into the line of things, they would have said, oh, they're the same. A German and French history, oh, there's not that much different about them. You know what I mean? But no, they went out of their way to get the fine details to go, no, they are differences, they should be represented differently. They should have, you know what I mean? Like, they should have all that. If they're going to do that much detail on every region, if they're going to make it so all of the Japanese English voice cast are at least... I say all, I don't want to commit to that statement in case I'm wrong and there's someone I missed, but all of them are Asian and have an understanding of the culture that they're part of to differing degrees. If everyone in Sumeru, like Alejandro, the voice of Sino, he has a firm understanding of, like, you know, the origin, the history, and the culture and all that stuff. If they can get, like, if they can do it so consistently, and then you get to Natlan, and it's a bunch of Americans voicing a bunch of white characters using names of black deities, Natlan sticks out. Even ignoring race, even ignoring all of that, Natlan sticks out as the one that feels like it's only doing the bare minimum, compared to all the rest that went super fucking ham on trying to make it as authentic and as, like, genuine as possible. I know, but my point with France and Germany is that they are absolutely different, but if you don't do the research and look at it on a surface level, people always make the comparisons. That's my point. But Genshin didn't do that. They made a point of studying them separately and emphasizing how different they are through their fantasy game. But the fact that they did all that level of detail, that level of research, that level of focus through Mondstadt, through Liyue, through Inazuma, through Sumeru, through Fontaine, and then just kind of did the bare minimum of Natlan, people fucking notice. You know? You're setting yourself up to fail there, Hoyoverse, because everyone's going to notice that shit. Like, if right off the start, Genshin was kind of just doing their own thing and wasn't trying to, like, make a point of, like, a fantasy retelling of historical cultures and whatnot, and, like, have less authentic representation, people would still rightly be annoyed at the oddity of a lack of black playable character, but there wouldn't be the outrage there is right now that Hoyoverse are facing, because they made such a point to do it a certain way so much, and then just suddenly aren't. You know? But I digress. I kind of got on a tangent there. I didn't mean to. It's just, that is something that has been bugging me too, and it is something that I wanted to at least say something on it. It's just, I didn't want to, like, make a conversation about it when I was talking about like SMT, because SMT is SMT, but this is a Hoyoverse game we're literally playing, and my skin color is identical to Nekomata's skin color, and Nekomata's like the darkest color and darkest character in this game. That's playable, you know? For the record, my participation, because I know there's boycotts going on, ultimately, and I've made a point of, like, kind of checking, because I don't want to tread on eggshells, and I don't want to cause upset. Ultimately, I still love these games. I'm still going to play them. I'm joining in the free-to-play side of the boycott, but I'm not going to join in on the just not playing them boycott. So I won't be spending any money on this, Star Rail, or Genshin for the foreseeable. But I will still be streaming 5.0 when it drops, regardless, you know? Like I said, I'm a white British guy, but genuinely, I'm looking at my hand, I'm looking at Nekomata, I'm like, man, that is... Nekomata comes out into the sun, we're the same color. Let's install it, yeah. Yeah, as I say, it's not much of a boycott when you was already coming away, but I know what you mean. I mean, it works out. It's kind of, it sounds kind of bad, and I'm aware of that. It works out that there's no one in Zenless I'm interested in rolling for that's like a limited banner. And there's no one coming in Star Realm I'm interested in, because we're going back to the Sunshow Lawfu, and I'm really not that interested in the Sunshow Lawfu cast. And the opening banners of Genshin, we're probably going to get the kid for free anyway, because the kid's the 4-star, and the start of a new region, they usually give you a 4-star for free. They've been doing it for Sumeru, they did it for Fontaine. And both of the 5-stars, I'm really not that interested in. So it's like, not spending any money, it's whatever. And we know that, like, Mavoika isn't going to be for a few updates, because, you know, they never have the Archon on 0. They always have it on, like, 0.2 or 0.3. And the only character I'm really interested in is Capitano. And Capitano, I wouldn't be surprised if they pull an Arlecchino and leave that until, like, 5.6, like, way later on. But yeah, I'll wrap up that topic there. I didn't mean to go on like that long of a tangent. I wanted to say something, like I said, I just didn't mean to go on that long of a tangent about it. It's just I have feelings towards the subject matter, and this is my channel, so of course I want to share them. And this was just as good a time as any to bring up the topic. But I digress, let's move on.
Oh boy, we killed so many.
Then of course Nekomata goes, oh boy! Like, immediately Nekomata's like, oh god, Jesus, that was a conversation we just had.
How about now? Ready to talk?
Yeah, sometimes see these. Like, there are some people that will probably say that, oh, I'm not doing enough because I am still playing. I'm literally, by proxy of me streaming, I am effectively advertising their game still. But that's just me. Like, I made a point of just kind of, like, poking my head into different communities and whatnot, and just kind of, like, poking around and just being like, look, I will join in on one, but I don't really want to join in the other. This white boy rattling about it. Yeah, I know.
What is up with this guy? He's scared out of his wits, but he still won't talk.
Hold on, Nekomata.
Like, the fact that, like, to wrap up the topic, the fact that me, a white British dude, because it's a nice, warm, sunny day today, the fact that I could go outside today, and by the time I come home at the end of the day, I will have darker skin than every single playable character, minus, like, maybe Dia and Kaya at a stretch, is saying something. It shouldn't be that way. Me, a white guy, shouldn't have darker skin than the supposed darker skinned characters. Because that's not darker skin. That's the Family Guy meme of the okay versus not okay. When Peter Griffin's trying to drive across, I can't remember what the scene was, but he's trying to like drive into like a different state or something. And they pull out this little thing and it says okay versus not okay, and it's skin color. They're still in the quote-unquote okay bit from the Family Guy joke. None of them are prepared to go into the darker colors. Unless they're an enemy, which also, for the record, also comes across a bit weird. You're prepared to make darker characters, but only when you can beat them up. But that's a whole different topic. That's a whole different topic, and I've already said my piece.
Ollie, male. Team 4, Criminal Investigations Division at Janus 12th Precinct. That's who this guy is.
Huh? No, wait.
This complete coward that I thought was a criminal is actually a cop?
Security officer?
So to get back to this game story. That was a plot twist. I like how the question's like, yeah, you spent 10 minutes in that mission. I'm like, no, the fuck I didn't. I spent way longer on that mission because I was waffling. Not long after, in a secluded street outside the Hollow.
Alright, we've made it out. Well, officer. You said you wouldn't hold us liable before. So let's say our goodbyes right here then.
Please, wait. Miss Nekomata, before you leave.
Yeah, because he's a cop, technically he should be arresting Nekomata. Because, she is...
anything about meeting me today.
Anyone who, like, could willingly, like, of their own accord, break into an ethereal are basically, like, treated as, like, mercenary outlaws. So the fact that he's not arresting her, it's like... Yeah, you really are bad at your job, mate. Because technically you should be, but she saved you out in a pinch, so.
My mission today was top secret. I need to make sure no one harboring ulterior motives learns this information.
Okay, don't worry. If we had any ulterior motives, we would have snuck off and left you with the
I get that.
Way back when we first.
If your friends go like, look, I don't care, do what you want, then you just carry on doing what you want. For me, a lot of my friends care, and a lot of my friends are fans of these games.
Oh,
and
see, of course.
they know I
Makes sense.
stream. And it's not that they're leaning on me to say anything. I was going to say something regardless, but I know, like, they know that I have an audience. People that watch live and people that watch in post. And so it's like, look, if you could, like, just say something, I'm like, of course I will.
Wait, you knew I wasn't with the company
Like I said,
all
it's
along?
my channel. I'm always going to say what I feel and how I feel.
Actually, you gave yourself away as soon as you opened your mouth.
Honestly, how could your boss or your coworkers let you go alone on a mission like this?
Because this operation was at my
And
personal
if you can
request.
forgive me making this about me for a minute, as someone who is very sturdily within the LGBTQ community, I know what it's like for people to kind of downplay things when it's very blatant prejudice or very blatant bigotry on display, but they downplay it because they don't really respect you either. I can identify that, and I can spot that, and that's kind of what the fuck is happening with a lot of people and how they're trying to downplay Natlan's situation. Not everyone, obviously, before people jump onto that one, but there are a number of people that are trying to super downplay the situation, and it's very obvious it's because they just don't want it either. And you're like,
I've been a public security officer for years now.
It's like when people go around screaming that everything's woke, and then you look at it and it's like, oh wow, gay people make up 0.01% of all media. How is that everything? It's almost like you just don't like it in general. And you just, and that's just your magic word to try and pretend you're not a bigot.
There's been this really tough case, and we're short of leads. I thought maybe we could use Internaut to lure in our culprit with some crime-related info. If the plan worked, I'd be able to take credit for it, even if I wasn't involved with the operation.
Yeah, like I said, ultimately it's each to their own, and I always understand and respect that.
I might even have gotten a certificate.
It's just my perspective and my feelings on it to differing degrees.
I didn't expect someone like you would be so motivated.
Also, for those who are just joining us and don't know what's going on with Nekomata's story, essentially Nekomata is now officially a part of the Cunning Hares and realized that they're basically, like, in the red all the time. So she wanted to pick up side jobs on the sly without letting the Cunning Hares know to try and bring in some more money to help them out. Which led to her picking up this commission, not realizing that it was presumably some kind of trap to try and get, you know, more raiders, like, arrested and dealt with. But because Ollie's a complete wimp, Nekomata ended up having to help him and save him and just in general be a buddy. Before realizing that he was a cop and was probably likely trying to arrest her, like, bait her in and arrest her. That now they kind of have, like, this sort of partnership but not going on.
Where are you? Did you post to Internaut pretending to be a company going into a hollow?
It wasn't on purpose. Please, don't fire me.
Fire you? Why would I fire you? You did great.
This is like to lighten the subject. This situation is actually what Aventurine just went through in Honkai Star Rail. Aventurine wants to get fired by the IPC, and they fucking promoted him. Like, and people posting a meme of, like, this guy going, oh boy, maybe today's the day I'm gonna get fired. I get called into a meeting. I can't wait. And then he leaves and he looks miserable and it says, I got promoted.
If we can crack this case, you'll take first merit for it and land a handsome bonus. Get back to the
We wouldn't be able to obtain Ellen. That's fair enough. The next banner for this is funny that we're talking to police. It's the first PubSec character. I forget her name. It's like Shu Yen, Shu something. I'm sorry if I completely destroyed that name. It's the officer with the like that when she does a high kick, like there is nothing left to the imagination. That character. I know that's a horrible way to immediately like I highlight when people know what character I'm talking about, but it's a tall character with black and red hair that uses a gun as a weapon because of course the cop uses a gun. Who has like a really like deadly high kick.
All these years, my boss has finally praised me! Did you hear that? Not only do I get to keep going out with them on operations, but I might even get a bonus!
Oh.
Nekomata's like, oh god, this guy's a turbo loser.
What am I gonna do?
You were just so happy. Why the long face?
Going on future operations with them means I definitely have to go back into a hollow again. And I'll mess things up as soon as we run into any cereals.
The Kiwami card chase. In Zero, I got it first try. In Kiwami, it took me 2 attempts. Like the Kiwami one is harder.
You'll just have to work it out for yourself. Proxy, let's go!
Wait a sec! Miss Nekomata, Proxy, this may be a bit forward, but would you please consider becoming case consultants for public security and helping me to complete the mission?
The only thing that makes them manageable is, and I don't actually know if you can do this, I'm just taking a wild guess and asking, is, if you're playing on PC, if you can use your mouse to aim the gun during those sections, I imagine you can cakewalk it, because you'd just be so snappy. Ring on Legend? Yeah, I gathered.
Huh?
You know the truth about my internet.
But I have no idea if you can, or if that's the thing. I don't know if like the mouse, like if they thought ahead enough to allow the mouse to do that during that section. I know you're on PS5. I'm just saying. I think if you're on, people who play on PC might have a better chance with it.
And what's more, based on our previous adventure, when it comes to hollows, I can tell your abilities are far superior to mine.
Yeah, no kidding, Ollie. My ability in the hollows would be better than yours, because I just wouldn't scream when I see a big monster and make myself immediately apparent to them.
With your support, all those things I couldn't do before, they don't have to be pipe dreams any longer. This time, I really just might get a bonus.
Then if we say no, what are you gonna do?
If you really won't say yes, then I can only bid farewell to my Medal of Honor with tears in my eyes. And ask you once again to keep this confidential.
Get around the machine gun fire, no jokes. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah? That's it?
I thought you'd take us back to the precinct.
I thought you were going to take us back to the precinct.
I'd never go back on my word. I swear it on my honor as an officer.
That you will allow us to continue breaking the law. Yeah, great thing to swear on, Mr. Officer.
I gotta say, he really is just... Fine, Ollie. I reluctantly agree to this commission of yours, or your request for us to be case consultants, or whatever.
Really?
But on one condition. We charge a high fee.
Yeah, once again, she's still trying to make money for the group.
Your entire bonus is ours.
Alright, Nekomata. That's a lot to ask. Hey, your entire bonus is ours.
That's fine with me.
Oh, okay, never mind. Ollie's like, yeah, sure, fill your booze. Is it painful? Yeah, I hear you. Outrage. Oh.
Great. Then let's do it.
I'm assuming you've looked at videos and guides of what the general strategy is for it. Later, Ollie rushed back to the 12th precinct with a heavy sigh of relief.
Alright then, Proxy. Today's matter is settled. Let's head back. Huh? Why are you looking at me like that? It feels weird.
I didn't take you as someone who'd team up with a pub sec.
I never thought you'd agree to team up with a public security officer, Nekomata.
They've only been stuck, fair enough.
I agreed to his request.
Dude, speaking of getting stuck, I've made a little progress with Satan, but I've yet to beat him in Shin Megami Tensei 5. He absolutely doesn't need to be done in NG+. It's just that the boss fight structure is different from a lot of the other super bosses.
Don't worry,
So, fair
I
enough,
won't
fair
lose
enough.
any money.
Because, Shiva, it's very much just about having varying options and always being able to pressure on ice. Demi-Fiend is about hitting damage checks. It's about being able to consistently be powerful enough to kill an extra demon every single time. Satan's entire fight isn't about, hitting weaknesses, it isn't about damage checks, it isn't about being powerful, it's about being good at pacing. No matter what, the fight takes a long while. He has 100,000 fucking health, for goodness sake. No matter what, the fight takes a very long time. He has a lot of tricks at his disposal. You're gonna burn through your MP. It's an endurance match. It's about managing your resources. So it's a different kind of challenge, because you can make some of the... I'm sure there's some broken build out there that you can make that destroys him. But you can make these really powerful builds that have really strong skills, but the thing that will fuck you over is that those really strong skills cost a lot of MP, and then you'll run dry really quickly, and then what are you going to do? And that's what Satan, like that boss fight prioritizes, is that you have to pace yourself. There's also a few things you can try and manipulate that I've figured out with Satan. He tries to devour one of his demons once every 4 turns. So I manipulated that a little bit to make him take a demon that would take Arabaki that was weak to all the base elements. I made it so Arabaki was the only one left when he reached his force, and when he took it, yeah, he got a few scary skills alongside it, but in priority, he became weak to fire, ice, electric, and force. The only thing I kind of miss, and it's the thing that would have made the fight a lot more manageable, and it's going to sound like, wait, why would you want that? But stick with me here. In SMT3, and this was something that, if you've played the older Personas, you already know how this works, because the older Personas had this too. Physical skills didn't cost MP, they cost HP. If SMT5 works like that too, Satan would be a lot more manageable, because the MP drain wouldn't be as severe. Because you'd only need to use MP for healing, and you'd have everyone else be physical. Yes, like, some physical attacks cost a healthy chunk of HP. Like, if you use Deadly Fury and Nocturne, it's like, well, you've just cut off half of your own health bar, so I hope you enjoy the damage output. But you compensate for that by making sure you're not last, and you get a heal in before the turn's over. You know, like, things like that. So the fact that SMT5, every skill costs MP, even physical ones, it stops you from being able to do that, but it also, by extension, makes the Satan fight harder. Because once again, like I said, the resource management becomes key. But I'll figure it out. I'm really enjoying figuring it out. It just takes time. And then the only super boss I'm missing is Masakado, which is Canon of Creation. Which, like I said before, I do want to cover Canon of Creation, but not yet. Because that first playthrough was like, it was 70 hours, and I know it's because, you know, we did super bosses, and, you know, we was doing the grind, and it'll obviously be way shorter, because we'll be doing Canon of Creation in New Game Plus, so we won't be needing to fight random enemies, we can kind of just go from story beat to story beat, and the majority of the bosses will get destroyed, because, once again, NG Plus. But I don't want to rush straight into a second playthrough and burn myself out, because I still really love SMT5. And I know that Canon of Creation is going to be a weaker experience because even the devs weren't happy with it. I'm waiting for proper guides to come out. I mean, there kind of already is, but the guides aren't like full detailed guides, like exact builds you go. It's more like suggestions. Because there's a million and one different builds you can make ultimately. So it's more like, they give you more like suggestions. They say like, look, these demons with these immunities, with these skills, would probably give you a leg up, but especially with Satan, how long the fight is, it's not going to carry you. You can get the exact demons it says, but if you don't have the right strategy, the right balance, and the right responses to how Satan reacts, because you never know what's going to happen once you're in the fight, you know? He seems to do Megiddo Arc any turn where he has nothing else to do. Like, if Satan doesn't need to summon an enemy, and doesn't need to devour, or isn't using his Magatsuhi skill, if he has a turn where, like, there's no other check that needs to be made, that's when he uses Megiddo Arc. And that's like a guaranteed instant kill 9 times out of 10. The only way to survive it is to be double buffs and him double debilitated. If you have his attack lowered by 2 stages and your defense upped by 2 stages, you tend to just fucking survive it. But I mean just. Like, it will still do, like, 98% of your health. Like, I survived it and had 10 HP left. I was like, oh, cool, sweet. Unless you're Demi-Fiend. Demi-Fiend seems to tank at least 1 regardless. Because it's Demi-Fiend, so of course he does.
I've heard that they pay out pretty decent bonuses. And if you so
I have seen some completely deranged builds, especially with luck. There is a Magatsuhi skill called Luck, and some of the shit I've seen people pull out of their ass with that is deranged.
And Dolly might seem unreliable, but there were several times.
So I don't know exactly how it works, but from what I can tell, they make it so passing turns don't spend a turn. So you can freely like juggle between your whole party and spend turns where you choose, instead of having to, you know, spend half a turn to pass it along, which is how it works usually. And so people use that to completely juggle out But then keep in mind, if you swap a party member, it does spend a half turn, but it will never spend a full turn. So with the free passing and the juggling, you can infinitely swap in and out party members, and people do that to stack swap buffs. Because some demons have it, if they're swapped in or if they're swapped out, they apply buffs to the party. And people are exploiting that to like make a bunch of swap buffs, like super stack it. Have the main character attack once, and it does like 15,000 damage, but that's only spent one turn, and then they swap everyone out again, and completely redo it once again, get all the buffs, attack one more time, and 15k, and I'm just watching it, I'm like, they're just playing 4D chess with their characters to like infinitely stack buffs, and then attack once, infinitely stack, attack once, infinitely stack, like, it's wild. And like I've seen people one-shot Shiva, like literally one-shot Shiva from full health to 0, and I'm like, that's the first super boss in the game. What the fuck do you mean? And I've seen people two-shot Demi-Fiend, and I'm like, that's just like, that's so like, I'm just like, that fight took me half an hour, but my victory attempt was half an hour. Like, people have developed some like incoherent, terrifying shit.
Perhaps there's more to the sky than meets the eye? Anyway, let's just wait for him to contact us if we're gonna be supporting him. We can talk about his case then.
See, I know I was joking about luck builds, but I was right again, what the fuck? But it's not based on luck, I think is the thing. It's not, it's a skill. It's one of the Magatsuhi skills called luck. That makes it that you can do that. But yeah, it's as busted as it sounds. Also, yeah, I was just reading back for your message. Sorry, I was kind of like elaborating on my point and got lost in the source. Yeah, at some point, talking of Persona, I've mentioned it a few times before, but I have no idea when. It just really depends on the mood, because that's a commitment and a half. I do want to cover Persona 4. I want to talk about what I love about Persona 4, what I think it does better than a lot of other Atlus games in its own way, why it was like one of my favorite Atlus games for the longest fucking time of my life. And also, on the same hand, though, also point out all the bullshit that Golden messed with that I kind of miss from the original. Like, some things you can't help. Like, they couldn't... the original actress for Chie, they couldn't get a hold of, so they changed the actress to the... who's also the original voice of Noir, which is funny, with Chie Satonaka. So, like, and I kind of miss the slower and deeper approach, like, to the voice, I mean, that Chie had in the original P4 over the more bright and sparky approach that they have with her in Golden. Is this a 2000 game? Yeah, Chie's current actress is the original English voice of Noir from Neptunia. Oh, yeah. Do this to make more to Ollie than meets the eye, but never expected to be a public security officer. And Fitzgerald, yeah. What's even more astonishing is that Nekomata actually agreed to help Ollie. Fortunately, Ollie means no harm. Right, we do our business on internet after all, and we had a pretty big misunderstanding of Ollie in the Hollow. I liked her performance, but I prefer her current actress. I don't know, that's a hot take for some people, but I prefer her current actress. Alright, we did chapter 1 of Nekomata. We're not going to do chapter 2 straight away, because I want to do other stuff. I got kind of lost in the source. We ended up spending a lot of time there. I want to go see what's going on. And also, Fitzgerald has like the most legendary scream I've ever heard, and that one she did in the anime when Anodef like reveals to everyone like Noir's like cosplay history, and in the background you just hear Fitzgerald scream, and she maintains that scream, I kid you not, for like 30 seconds straight, and it's like the best fucking scream I've ever heard out of a voice performance. It's wild. I'm like, oh no, she knew the objective. She knew like the deepest, darkest secrets had just been revealed, like to all of her friends that she doesn't want knowing, and No will take the piss out of her for it. Alright, what's your deal, Roland? Excellent. It's only been 1 hour, 27 minutes, 35 seconds since I sent that message. No, it hasn't. It's been like 5 days, but sure. Miss Independent Investigator, I can sense your ambition. Thanks, but well, there's no traffic this morning. That's what Gary Jenner is. Over a mid-hobby. But punctuality is a virtue for humans, and for the Defense Force, it's a duty. We must have missions that are a race against time, so these tasks are no different. In short, we recently discovered that there are several anomalies in ether activity near the exploration route in Hollow Zero, which frequently spawn Ethereals. Leaving these anomalies unchecked could certainly hinder the progress of future Defense Force ops. You want me to handle it? That's right, the task involves routine cleanup of these abnormal zones, and your team isn't the only one participating. As for the special supply entry, includes materials for making disk drives, specifically disk drive master copies and plating agents. Oh, hey, we can finally get artifacts. It only took us like 2 weeks. I love the meme, but it's still. But speaking of good screams, man, if you've never heard the English dub of Death End Request 1, you're in for a treat, because holy shit, Sheena's actress, Kaylee Mills, when she needs to scream, she fucking screams. Like, it is, I was blown away at how committed to she is. Anytime there's something horrific, whether it's some of the like bullshit near the start of the game, or whether it's like chapter 10 where like everyone gets murdered, or like murdered but sort of not because reasons, like the screams Sheena lets out, the scream Kaylee Mills let out in that room, wow. Dude, I like the anime for what it was. The Misinternet Investigator is well aware of the W engine disk drives and significantly enhanced performance of a W engine materials make this the case. Especially recently, due to increased demand caused by the Zero missions, these materials are virtually priceless in the civilian market. In a nutshell, the Defense Force is pulling out all the stops, providing top-notch support to boost the combat abilities of everyone involved and ensure smooth routine cleanup operations. You feel the sincerity in the deep pockets. Excellent, let me explain the details of the mission. Serious. Which is funny because there were a couple episodes, like obviously there are a number of episodes. The fucking beach episode's a complete meme, but there are a number of episodes where they genuinely like only a little bit, but they touched upon more serious things with the cast. Like that was like the anime was the first time I was made aware of Nep's depression. It was in the books, I got to them later. It was in the mangas, I got to them later. The anime was the first time I went, oh, I think she's depressed. And she just kind of covers it up with the personality. The show was the first time I even picked up on that. And it was only in like the books and manga where it starts to become a lot more explicit that you go, oh yeah, no. A lot of Nep's personality is a cover-up because she's morbidly depressed. These are basically cleanup missions are here. The right combat to deal more damage to an enemy. And don't forget to check special effects on any force team situation. And here's the discs. You can turn on to enemy, be prepared for any operation. Okay, before I pick up any of these, let me investigate it. Since he confirmed, nice. And like a lot of like, this is my opinion, so you don't treat this as fact. But I feel like a lot of the time, other than the fact that she knows it annoys Noir, and like it's like any group of friends, if you know you got something that can just annoy them a little bit, and you know their boundaries, you're gonna do it. Like I feel like some of the reason why Nep always calls Noir a loner isn't just because she knows it gets under her skin and she finds that funny. I think some of that's a little bit of projecting, personally. I said that's entirely just my opinion, but I think that Nep projects a little bit because her depression sometimes makes her feel alone. Even though she has net gear, even though she has Histoire, even though, you know, she has, like, Planetune, I think sometimes she gets in her own head. Statistic? I mean, yeah, I mean, you can convince me. Doesn't need to tell you. For operation last year, defense, the high ANDs, obviously, Scott Post external support. Starting tomorrow, Miss Ophelia from the HSO will be officially participating in the security mission at Scott Outpost. She hopes I can persuade reliable veterans to assist. If you have confidence in your abilities, you can come here at the same time tomorrow and talk to her. Also, hand is also personal. Tomorrow more. Alright, what I wanted to do... Here, let me just double check it. I made... Because I saw it online and I made a screenshot of it. I want to see the... There it is. Builds. What disk drive am I looking for? Thunder Metal and Anomaly Proficiency. Thunder Metal, Anomaly Proficiency. Let's start there. Kind of seeing show net being incredibly... Yeah. Swing Jazz, Chaotic Metal, Hormone Punk, Fanged Metal, whoops, a Shockstar Disco, Thunder Metal, increases electric damage. That's the one we want.
You want to test my hammer? Hey, don't. I only handle technical.
Grace, please, I wish you had more than one voice line. Why does everyone else have at least two?
So Kaku,
Standing by.
is it work time?
Time for some.
And then Grace is just...
I only handle. You. I only. I only. You. I only. I only handle technical.
Please, have more than one voice line, I swear to God.
You need some tech support?
It's like playing an Atelier game with an English dub. It's like, please, have more than one voice line, I'm begging you. Anyway, I'm going to try to do some disk drive grinding.
Get lost! Shatter! Don't move! Get back! Get lost! Let's hurry it up! Safety is mandatory! Stand still!
But speaking of Nep, I was thinking about Neptune again recently. And how much I kind of just... I've got the urge is coming back a little bit. I've got a lot of other stuff to play as well, but I feel like that's been the theme of this year for me. It's just the urge to go back. Like, you're playing the PS1 games earlier in the year, like with Metal Gear Solid and like Tomb Raider. Like, there's a few PS2 games I really want to cover this year that I've been thinking about. But I think I'm just like, I'm in like a nostalgic mindset this year for some reason. That's one. I need 1 through 4 for Fundamental, because 5 and 6 I'm going to make a different setup. Good heart for yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah, I've been kind of like thinking about going to Nep. It probably won't be this year because there's so much else I want to cover. Like as much like I love SCC5, but there is a small part of me that like when like I hit the credits yesterday, I was like, finally, there's one less thing on the one less thing I need to get finished. You know, I was like, there's one less thing to worry about. I can just start getting to other stuff soon.
Safety is mandatory.
Because I also want to get Sonic Frontiers done this week. So after like today's stream, I might make any other streams I do this week. Because once again, as I've said a few times, I'm going to keep saying it so people don't forget. There's no schedule for this week because I'm kind of running it by ear. My cat is super, like the cat that had the operation, Sugar. She is like super fast asleep right now. She's sleeping off, because she's going to be super tired all the time because she had major surgery. Of course she's going to be tired. But she is napping peacefully, so the whole time she's doing that, I'm like, yeah, sure, I can stream. But any other streams beyond this point, like this week, I mean, that I do will probably be on Sonic Frontiers, because I also want to try and get that done this week. So then the only things that aren't finished this week, like after this week, is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like in terms of things I was focusing on. Because if I can get it to just 7 Rebirth, because like Zenless, we'll play that every now and then till the story's done, but this isn't like a big project that needs to be finished, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like the super big priority, yada yada. Oh, is this what I need? No, that's Shockstar Disco, damn. Really enough, fair enough. I mean, Uni, I've said before, Uni is the one that I enjoyed her character a lot to begin with, like Uni. But the thing that made me go around from enjoying her to thinking very highly of her was V2. When she openly admits she needs to come away from a situation because she's on the verge of a panic attack, because she has an anxiety disorder. I genuinely was like, that's... I like the fact that they made a point of that of her character, that she needed time away. What was the other one I needed? Like anomaly something. Yeah, we know that's fundamental. I might be tied to something we get later on then. Weakness is a bigger strength. Blink, 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 blink. What? Who's messaging me? Every tune is waiting to be heard and savored. Bardic Needle collection service has been upgraded. Now visiting more custom tunes. Can't wait for your visit. It's only be polite. It's because, well, it's a secret. I don't spell it out right away. In short, I'll help with that thing. Drop by when you can. I was training us like, hey, yeah, you can do these from here as well now. Awesome. But it costs 60 is a bit of robbery. Hey, this is your authentic self. Yeah. Oh, my internet level went up. Hey, 3 master tapes, 3 more chances to try and get Rena.
I only handle technical matters.
Yeah, we know you only handle technical matters. We know. Oh, that's base attack. That's attack percentage. And then she got HP and defense, okay. I'll worry about actually proper building later. It's just for now. Because I have the right pieces. There we go. Straight out about uni like that. Do you have any wall down place? Yeah. If I can at least have all the pieces in place, okay, then I can start working on like building up and replacing them. I said 5 and 6 is going to be a different one, but we can't access it right now, so I'll just equip here as well. Ice fucking damage bonus. You know what? No, never mind. You don't need it. I'm out of resources. Okay. And Alpha Man. Yeah. It's a shame Million Alpha isn't in
I only handle technical matters.
like isn't really in NEP stuff anymore because, you know, licensing. You know, whilst I'm here, let me do a Hollow Zero run. I haven't done one in a while. Yeah, I haven't done one all week. Because I didn't know if it was gonna... No, I'm not bold enough to do that. We'll do this one. Because isn't like Million Alpha straight up unavailable now because of the license running expiring? Yep, I know how this works. Let me in. Yeah, I'll take the corruption. Let me in. Sure. Me too. You want to know where the character design is after?
Objective. Clear Old Capital Metro. Frontline. I also like picking things up, like data fragments.
Wait, did we get a bomb? Can I just like drop this here?
Ooh, I want all of these.
Oh yeah, PC players will always find a workaround. That's not unexpected. But yeah, I've just been like, just to get back on topic, I've been kind of itching to do a Nep again at some point. If I did, I would probably do reverse.
I don't think I actually
What the fuck is
applied to
this?
be in this program.
The head of research, who's in charge of new observation point establishment within Hollow Zero, applied for an assistant. You were the only one
fair enough.
currently involved in a project at the moment.
I'm still
But
working
I'd
on
probably
some
start with
thesis
reverse,
projects.
like, because, you know, first one might as well.
I know, your project supervisor
And I've done
is
enough
unwilling to
playthroughs
review
of
your
Nep 1.
thesis again.
So what's
He
another one?
submitted a retirement application at the young age of 72, so you currently...
You know, I'll listen to that in my spare time. I'm sure there's a way you can bring it up. I know who you meant. There's only one sire you're ever referring to, dude.
That's a shame.
Because you don't play Blaze Blue, so you're not referring to sire! You're referring to your favourite character. It was over. If it does.
Ah, this one's my favorite.
We're on 3 corruptions already, I need to be careful. Because I know you're not referring to Blaze Blue Sire, you're not referring to the Grim Reaper Sire. Well, her real name's Sire, but she goes by Hades Izanami by that point.
Ow. This little one's gotcha. Take this.
Ow! Fuck, Jesus Christ, you little son of a bitch.
Ready?
I was going to do one run of this, but I haven't done a run of this in a week. It's kind of like getting back into my groove streams. It's been a while since I've done a Zenless Zone Zero stream, so that's why we haven't done much story, but we will in a bit, I promise. Open story, where you capture the perspective of certain divergent folk. Fair enough. And this guy's gonna be like, oh, you're not looking great. You got 3 fucking corruptions. Obtain 200 medical funds.
Hurry up and use them. They're heavy.
I have got the 5 corruptions before, and it's a little scary when you do. When you hit 5 corruptions, which is what that thing, those red X's on the bottom left are, you hit 5 of them, they outright just tell you, okay, we've made the boss stronger. It's like, oh, so if you don't look off your corruptions, like, they make it super hard for you. I wasn't going to, one man. I've never heard of that until you said it, and I'm not interested either by what it is alone. Get rid of one of the corruptions, please.
My whole back.
I'm sure it's interesting and everything, but I have negative interest in anything to do with Sire and what the Sire Note, whatever it is called. The Sire Note Uta. The only Uta I care for is Blue Reflections Uta. Good time. $50 pressure. I don't want to take another corruption. I just got rid of one. Yeah, funny.
Continue the operation and
That's another thing that I've been really
capital
itching
macro.
for.
Frontline.
Is I want to do blue reflection again.
I'll take a nap.
Well, if it wasn't obvious to the fact that I did 2 playthroughs in a row back when I got to Blue Reflection Second Light, I think it's obvious that that game became one of my all-time favorites. I love Uta. Uta's not only my favorite character in the game, but she's one of my favorite characters, period. I love her. And I love her story. I love like how I love her relationship with her grandmother. I love that even when she genuinely believes that she didn't have a connection, basically her dreamscape reveals to her rather forcibly that she did. She just couldn't process it. And I love that once she does process it and does have like a vague understanding of what the feeling is, the first thing she comments on is that she realizes that feeling, that love she has for the others in the group. Like, as much as I make the shipping bait that, like, hey, she says that to Al because, you know, she likes Al, and that is very much true as well. Like, there's a lot of things that suggest she does romantically like Al. It's like, it's her discovery of love in a game focused on empathy. Like, come on. I was always going to enjoy it. But to be fair, I mentioned this, like, I remember saying it at the time. Considering how emotional and how, like, personally attached I get to a lot of, like, characters in video games and whatnot, it was no wonder Blue Reflection hit me the way it did. A game that's central theme is empathy, of course it was gonna, like, get me in. Of course I was gonna love it. Okay, there's overall there, that's fair enough.
Feeling a little...
Man, I need to do another playthrough. That game was like the first game in a very long while where I genuinely felt sad to finish it. Like, I can't, like, when I finished it, I felt so sad, because I was like, I loved that game so fucking much. It made me so unexplainably happy to just enjoy it, to play it, to have the stupid, there are several streams, there are several of them in that playlist, where all I did in that stream was the dates. Like, I didn't go into any dungeons, I didn't advance the story. It was like 4 hours straight of me just doing dates and bouncing off characters, and I loved it. I had the time of my life. It was like, there hasn't been a game in a very long time that I was as attached to the cast, the world, the story, as Blue Reflection Second Light in a very fucking long time. And I'm telling you, if they ever announce a third game, I'll be on it so hard. I'll be on it like a debt collector. I'll be on it collector's edition, day one, nothing else will matter. I hate Butcher.
I see. Your weak spot. Take this. Sweep it open. Burn it all!
That's fair enough. I loved it, but I love that too, but I know it's right. I love having like to rearrange the score, think about how you want to pull things, like doing the bonuses, how some of them unlock certain dates as well, so you're encouraged to experiment with ones on the fly. And then when you expand the score later on, so you can get even more put down and get even more boost stacked on top of shit, I'm like, oh. No matter what, yeah, exactly. I know the mobile game is like about to impose, like if it hasn't already, it's about to close its servers because it didn't do as well as they hoped. But then what were they expecting? It's a fucking mobile gacha game. Like they can't all be fucking Genshin. no.
Don't look at me!
It's the same with the Atelier gacha. Like, it looks fun, and I'm sure it's great and everything, but I'm like, I don't know how sustainable that will be in the long run. Okay, that's what I'm... Okay, we did one run, that's enough for me. We can go for now. Like I said, we'll have to see on that one. But I've also said before, as much as I really want Blue Reflection free, and I'll be over the moon for it, I want Knights of Azure free first, because that story is still left on a cliffhanger, and I want them to, I want to see where they take it. And despite the technical issues, I really enjoyed. Why did it say there's something new here? What am I missing?
Is that it? Come back next time.
I don't know then. Oh, she's pretty.
Oh, you're here.
It's been a while, video store manager. Music stores have been open lately. I've been having a hard time sourcing drive disc materials lately, that I can barely keep up with the regular store business. So what brings you here today? If you're here for your W-Engine disc drives, I'm afraid we're having supply issues. Because of the master copy. Oh, these placing agents are pretty high quality. Where did you even get materials like this? Believe it or not, from the Defense Force. You're as resourceful as ever, I'm impressed. If you can provide the master copy needed for tuning, then maybe Bardic Needle can reopen. So, fancy being my first customer of the day? I can't wait to hear the music tuned by the materials you brought. How could I refuse? I'll be waiting inside the store then. Music store allows you to consume a master copy to do tuning and obtain disc drives. Disc drives can be disassembled to obtain master copies, and partly recover some leveling materials. Also, you can recycle. That's nice. Shopper the Explorer. Unlock 5 stores in New Era, dude. That's a stupid fucking trophy. Oh, okay. Damn, okay. Crit rate. I'll take the crit rate one. It would be crit rate or crit damage that she needs anyway. Does it play a different track depending on what you put in there? Oh no, she just has a selection of tracks that she plays. Okay. Defense, Earth. Crit rate and fire damage. That's not what I want. I need electric. And dismantling is here so you can recycle bits.
I'll be waiting for your next visit.
As expected, or perhaps I should say, better than expected. Manager, can you still get more materials of the quality in the future? I think so. If you provide master copies of this quality, I'll keep making new W-Engine disk drives. I wonder if the Defense Force will realize the legendary proxy Faithfin is working with them. That day will never come. Do you prefer a calming melody or something with more ups and downs, manager? There's no need to answer. I shall keep my senses attuned and figure it out. By the way, though there were no issues during my inspection, I would advise that you try the disk drive on your own W engine to make sure it works fine. If you need more disk drives, just visit the Bardic Needle with a master copy, or with any disk drives you want to dismantle, I'll be at your service. Alright, let's see what I can give
only handle technical matters.
Grace. Oh, are these always defense? Okay, I think they're always defense. Oh, I know we have like no materials, but that one, because crit damage as well. Come on. And this one will need to be electric, but one thing at a time.
I only handle technical
Yeah, I know you only handle technical matters. Shut up.
The tune evokes 100 aromas.
Oh, it burns all the 4 stars as well. Okay. I just wanted to kind of check before I did it. Yeah, I'll do it. Oh, S ranks can be obtained. S rank discs are guaranteed. Okay. Unlock feature main stat orientation. Ooh. So you can make it more focused. That's kind of a cool way of doing it. That's just pure defense. And that's also pure defense. I don't know. I've got counting tomorrow. Yeah, no worries, dude. What happens if I only do single? And I can speak English. Okay, no, she still just does the full animation. I don't know why my brain puts singer and single together like that, but fucking my brain is a mysterious instrument that even I don't know how to make it work sometimes. That'll do.
You want to test my... I only handle technical matters.
Yeah, I'll leave that for now. Alright, Grace is far from fully built, but she at least has, like, the basics.
Hey, don't look down on me.
And I can worry about everyone else later. Just don't talk to Wise. Oh, we got their pages. I didn't even realize. We need to do. Yeah, we have to do Anby's problem before we can unlock the ability to do trust events with anyone. Like, Anby's problem is like the thing. You need to have the character, and then you need to have Anby's problem done. And if they have a special story, do their special story. And then you can do the trust events where you basically take them on dates. I just hope Anby's problem is sooner rather than later. So I'm just getting rid of all the new markers because it will annoy me. Right, there we go. Alright, Wise, what do you want? You're back, Belle. Is that a new W engine disk drive? Hasn't the music store been closed lately? Thanks to me, it's open. But Elfie told me that master copies have been difficult to source recently. You managed to find a supplier? So defense force. If the materials are from them, they might actually be a more stable source. Elfie's disk drive tuning business should be back on track. Belle, you're meeting with Han tomorrow morning, right? Do you have anything else today, Belle? If not, I could recommend some commissions. Oh yeah, we can do some side questing. Quality part-time gig, easy to get started, high day pay, still need one worker, approach us fast. Can I do it? The job is yours. Am I stuck in a time loop? That's right. We happen to be late, which seems to be part of the loop too. You better not keep an eye on sleeping all day. Okay, we can do all of these at any time. Good to know. Blink, 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 blink. I am the OP from the post. I'll leave Dad E's Hollow exploration training to you then. What are your Dad E requirements? Self-driving car, you plot out the path of the Hollow and train it to mimic your pathing. And it always focuses on improving... Oh, is it a puzzle quest then? That sounds like a puzzle quest. Anything else? Anything else? Oh yeah, just one more thing. It'll be chatty at times, a little stubborn at others. Maybe it's just a bit annoying sometimes. Basically, please be patient with it. Trust that I'll be professional. Remote transmission from a special client received. Preparing connection. Please get ready as soon as possible. Oh, okay. Advance the story because there's an emergency thing that's popped up. Oh no, that's just if I can do hard mode cat and mouse. Okay, never mind. I'll do that later. 28. Sure, we'll just do this now. Alright, come on, gang. Oh, hell yeah, this track again. We'll be powerful alongside you. I'll be rating the total gear coins you collect and Dardy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, that makes... I see the puzzle. It's simple enough. I just got to see what path it's taking, what path I'm taking. That worked? I don't know. Hang on. Because it moves on your button presses, so when I went down, it got stuck. So when I press up, it goes... So I need to do that. Gotcha. That worked? I will reset it because I need to get that one at the top. That should be everything. Nice. Ooh. Nice. I'm a master of this. How many more you got for me? That one was suspiciously easy. Master, be careful, there's a group of hostiles up ahead. Please be careful, take care of them before moving on. Yeah, sure, I'm sure we can break up the puzzle solving for a second. I think there's going to be a noticeable difference in strength when I swap to Grace, though, because she's the only one that's actually got an artifact set.
I see. Your weak spot. Get lost.
Oh god, yes. I say that, Ellen's still, because she's the DPS, does great damage. But I'm not going to worry too much about building until we can get the 5-star disc drives. I just want to have something so I know what to use as a basis to build off of.
Take this. Don't move. Get back.
Because I'm pretty happy with my squad. Even if I don't have Rina, Kaleda has become like the underdog that I wasn't expecting to be as good as she was. Like, she's actually been fitting into the team really damn well. Alright, now what? We're approaching the final evaluation point, where I will assess this exploration one last time. It's undeniable that Dardee is learning is extraordinary, replicating movements with 100% accuracy, yet a full assessment is needed as per criteria. Already cut out halfway. Please, Master, don't give me that look. I'm disable his voice system. I'm really adjusted the external volume to its lowest setting. Between area 88 and 93, there are 6 areas. You've completed all of them, including 6 where you spent gear coins. Reward criteria: S rank, super supply box number 2, normal supply box number 2, A rank, normal, B rank, no reward. Calculate rating. Rating complete. Your rating is S. You completed the exploration with Dardee perfectly, collecting all the gear coins and exceeding all expectations. Please remember to claim your supplies. I'm going to get 2 specials, and then 2 normals. Data through test. I can hear it's already achieved basic self-awareness and AI model as an experimental product, yada yada. We should get the client to tell the truth and avoid taking on the unknown risks. Nice. I mean, while we're here, another good deed. What puzzle we got this time? You've reached the target location. Still no threats to take the silent area. Proceed with confidence. Testing maintenance of a remote control bomb within the hollow. Test subject, gold bamboo. Oh, I see. Alright, please aim target main inspection. Cute. The Bangboy's like, what the fuck did I do? Yeah, I hit. It's fine. Don't need any maintenance. Look at all these coins we can get by just blowing up all the walls. That's where the game comes up and says, hey, you've only got so many bombs, fucko. Stop going wild with them. Not gonna be a problem there at all. Yep. Everyone, we've got the note down. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, that's just it? Oh, okay. That was easy. Oh, never mind. We have to give up all 70,000 fucking gear coins. Yeah, there you go, you piece of shit. That was a very easy, quick and easy puzzle mission. That was just blow shit up. Welcome back, Belle. How'd your day go? I'm getting by. Must be tuck it out, then you think work home is where you relax. By the way, you mentioned feeling discomfort with your eyes before. Has that happened again as of late? No, not at all. Good to hear. Nicole looks like she's been quite busy with the case against Vision Corp lately and hasn't answered her phone. I haven't had the chance to talk to her about the rain sitch, but I understand the day of the trial is drawing closer. Seeing she's trying to help the residents, let's give her some more time. I'll call her again in a couple of days. I can wrap things up soon. I wonder what's in the memory unit. When the time comes, things will probably get hectic again. It isn't a bad habit to enjoy our free time while we still have it. It's getting late. Let me tidy up a bit before going to sleep. Rest easy, Belle. Sleep tight. And night, Rice. I've got some quests to turn in, though, first. Or is it just... Oh, my good. Because he just congratulated me there. Hang on. No, I think we're in that action mode thing again, but we have to just rest. Okay. But you know what that means then? Let's do part 2. Nekomata's story. I got a message from Nekomata. She wants to meet an ally entrance, which is an update on the last commission. The other proxy is here. Yeah, I just got here. We were discussing tactics. As you see, the situation has become clearer. I never expected this to be the culprit. Spreading rumors, laying down bait, and luring the enemy. What a cunning move. That's the experience you pick up from years on the streets. I would have resorted to this if the situation wasn't this dire. I knew we could count on you, Nekomata. Proxy, are you ready? I want to strike first to avoid any more sleepless nights. I'm with you. 1, 2, 3. I feel like I'm missing something. For 2 days in a row, the barbecue beef has gone from my bowl of noodles when I wasn't paying attention. I bumped into Nekomata earlier, and she helped me get to the bottom of this. Turns out the culprit is this cat. Why is you fucking... Are you serious? We planned a sneak attack on the belly to make up for the pieces of barbecue beef I lost out in the last 2 days. What are you talking about commission? Oh, I almost forgot. Meow. I came here to talk to you two about following up on the commissions today. Let's talk about it in details in your store. I'm going to die from exhaustion from standing here, meow. After the 3 of them take turns stroking the cat's belly for a while, they return to the video store and Nekomata recounts her meeting with Ollie.
These gangsters have been looting lost ether resources all over the hollows for quite some time. Their methods are cruel, and they've amassed a substantial fortune. No precinct in any jurisdiction has been able to pin them down because they roam around, so the case remains unsolved. So here's what I'm thinking. First of all, we put out the word on Internet that there's a large commission to recover ether resources. The commission which you and the proxy got involved with last time. Then, we use ether resources from our evidence room as bait and set a trap by placing them in the hollow. Finally, we wait for the gangsters to take the bait and then apprehend them all inside the hollow.
Sounds pretty solid. Then what?
Okay, well, then we officially adopt this as our battle plan.
Oh, well done then. It seems like you have a real talent for organizing plans.
It's just... 11th Precinct also wants in. And I've been promoted to head up the joint operation.
Why did you say just? You're starting to make me nervous.
You see, only the 11th Precinct has access to the ether resources and evidence. I'm about to go undercover into the hollow to set up the trap with 2 strangers from the General Affairs Department who I've never even met before. And my weakness will be exposed the second we run into any ethereals, and they won't exactly help me hide it, and then once my boss hears about it, I'm betting once again I'll...
So what? It's not like I can go meet them in your place. Cry and beg all you want, but I'm not gonna do anything that risky.
Of course. I'd never dream of getting you to do such a thing, Miss Nekomata. As a case consultant, I just need you to take care of any ethereals along the way, so we can safely lay our bait.
Case consultant? Sounds more like a bodyguard.
Oh, not at all. Think of it as being temporary, unofficial personnel for public security. I've already filled in everyone back at the precinct about the case consultant who will be helping out with the operation.
It's really stressful working on an operation alongside this many officers. Kind of regret agreeing to help you.
Oh, please don't say that. This operation really needs you, Miss Nekomata. What if we use remote comms to keep in touch, and you can help me from a little further away? Then you won't have to talk to the other officers.
If that's an option, then I'll consider doing it. By the way, this case consultant thing, is there anything else I need to know about?
As you're effectively temporary unofficial personnel for public security, you'll need to comply with basically the same rules that current officers do. You'll be fine. You just need to memorize this simple 476-page new officer
okay, Nekomata. How big's your brain? Yeah, she's like, fuck that.
Is something wrong?
I know what to do, so just leave everything to me.
Back in the video store as it opens.
That's what happened when I met Ollie just now.
Hang on. Did you memorize that mere 476 pages?
Course not. Who'd want to learn how to be a public security officer by reading all that? All I have to do is work with the officers from public security. It's no big deal. I'll just brush up on a few things beforehand. There's still some time before Ollie's mission, so I'll go steady nearby and give you a buzz when it's time to go.
She's gone. She said she was going to study nearby. I don't exactly know how, though. Belle, why don't you go check on her? After all, you'll be going into the Hollow together, so it's best we know what's going on.
Alright, you're the boss. What's that internet going on about? Oh, right, it's just telling us you're on this mission. Oh, I also adjusted the control scheme, you can see. I still got map, as in like bring up the quick travel on L3, but I put sprint on R1 instead. So then it's universal across all the Hoyoverse games, so R1 is sprint, so it's less for me to worry about.
Whoa, it's you, Proxy. You scared me, sneaking up on me like that.
Is eavesdropping what you call studying?
Hey, you don't have to put it like that. Look, those officers over there look like they're discussing work. It's a good chance to study how they talk to each other. You can watch over them with me if you want. Just keep it on the down low. Don't stare at them all like that.
You pretend to be waiting for someone on the street side with Nekomata while eavesdropping on two officers' conversation. I'm Whitney from Team 2, Criminal Investigation Department of the 11th Precinct. May you folks have a lead on the Operation Midnight case? Reporting, madam. I'm Derman from the Traffic Control Department of the 12th Precinct. Here's a list of people involved in the traffic accident. The driver, who is now in a coma, is suspected to have some ties to the Operation Midnight. Thanks. No need to be so formal. While I'm in charge of this case, it's all support and teamwork from the departments and units that have made such rapid progress in our investigation possible. Madam Whitney, you're so down to earth. It's the least I can do. The 11th and 12th precincts have always worked well together, thanks to all of you. I'll take this info back to headquarters to review. Please keep an eye on the unconscious driver.
So this is how the public security officers talk while working? Well, there's nothing much left to see here. I'll go check some other places.
Nekomata and the two security public officers leave. Keep searching for Nekomata. Yeah, let's see who else he's eavesdropping on.
Oh, you're here!
Are you observing PubSec?
Oh, keep your voice down. Look over there. Those two chatting. They might not be in uniform, but my bet is that they're security officers. Meow. You gotta trust the cat's instincts.
Alright, we start listening. Oh no. Did you catch the news? Wade from Team 2 over the Criminal Investigation Department got transferred to another precinct. What? He's at the 11th precinct now? Well, well, well. He's going to be kept on his toes. The crime rate there is way higher than ours. Yeah, but they also close lots of cases. They really know how to get a job done. That's true, we started at the same time. It might get promoted to the Janus headquarters soon, and I'll be stuck here. But hey, didn't you guys solve that big case last month? That was an inter-district arrest. The case belongs to the 8th precinct. And we didn't even get to interrogate the suspect before we were taken away, so we ended up having nothing to do with us. I thought being the case would save me from worrying about this year's performance evaluation, but now I can't seem to come up with a decent self-assessment report. Yeah, it's tough. Last year, someone from the 11th precinct wrote a 10,000 word report, and now the higher-ups are more strict about word count for self-assessment reports. By the way, Jean, your girlfriend works in the General Affairs Department on the 11th, right? Haven't seen you two together lately. Oh, it's been really busy. General Affairs Department often have to handle various tasks for the Criminal Investigation Department, and there's a lot more going on the 11th. Plus, the officers in the CID are under a lot of pressure, so they sometimes take it out of their GAD, because I'm tired of saying General Affairs Department, Criminal Investigations Department. And it reminds me, when we helped out the headquarters, we were often treated like errand boys. You don't say, I wish I could have a nice supervisor. Well, life at PubSec always comes with its fair share of trouble every day. But you need to keep track of random discussions.
Absolutely, anyone who's experienced life out in the streets know that if you want to understand someone, you need to know where they truly live and think. These security officers might just be chatting, but they actually reveal quite a bit of useful information. For example, the guy from the GA might see us as their superiors from the Criminal Investigation Department. If that's the case, and we end up talking to them during the operation, we won't have to be so nervous.
Smart move.
Looks like my studying is paying off, right? I got enough useful information for the op later. I'll go get ready. Let's meet the entrance to the Hollow.
The commander finishes speaking and leaves. Cat on patrol, let's go. Oh.
I only handle technical matters.
Hey, she only handles technical matters, chat. Search for the best location to plant the bait.
Ollie, I'm with the proxy at the coordinates you sent.
That's great! So, once I'm in with the officers from the 11th precinct, you just need to follow us in parallel from a distance. If anything happens, I'll request your immediate support through comms.
Just when the time comes, be quick about it instead of exercising your lung capacity.
I'll try my best to hold it in. After all, the other officers of the 11th precinct will be with me.
I hear footsteps. Sounds like the other officers have arrived on your end. Good. Let's stay in touch.
Hey, but I haven't seen anyone else here yet.
Master, 2 young humans have been detected near you.
Huh? Hey, Ollie. There are 2 people approaching me over here. What's going on?
That's impossible. I know I sent the correct meetup coordinates to the 11th precinct. I'll pull up the chat history.
Is this guy even more useless than we thought?
I did send the wrong one! I sent your coordinates instead! What are we gonna do?
I was just about to ask you that!
Get out of there before they see you! They won't be able to keep up with you!
I haven't done anything wrong. Why should I have to run? Besides, what happens to the operation if I leave?
The operation. I'll just go back and confess to my boss about my ethereal phobia. It's fine. At the very worst, they'll just take command of the operation from me. In any case, I'll take full responsibility. I would never create difficulties for you.
Ollie, it's great to hear that you're so loyal. But if you could not screw things up from the get-go, that would be even better.
Now's not the time for this, Belle. I need to plan out a route, so hurry up.
Why is like Belle?
Don't worry,
We can cuss him out later.
I'll handle this. Looks like I'll have to show off my skills from my old profession. Consider this a free lesson, Ollie. Watch and learn.
The rendezvous point should be close by.
Is that a girl over there? Did we get something wrong?
Hey, are you 2 from the next precinct over? You're in the right place. Codename Operation Watch and Wait. I'm Ollie from Team 4 Criminal Investigations at the 12th Precinct, and I'm in charge of today's operation.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Delaney from General Affairs at the 11th Precinct. And this is Huggins.
Master actress being in order here. She says all the right keywords. She's paying attention.
You don't have to be so formal. We've never met, and it's an undercover sting. So it's completely normal to be guarded about anyone nearby the meeting point. And without 11th Precinct support, we could never carry out this operation. So I should be thanking you.
I didn't think you'd be so young, Officer Ollie, or so easygoing. When I heard the name Ollie, I imagined an old guy in a stained tan suit with heavy bags under his eyes.
Oh, they're talking about me.
This guy has a very specific imagination.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Huggins is just like that. And what were you just saying about being specific?
Oh, what I mean is, everyone's here now, so let's hurry up and be specific in our mission.
Roger. We've already marked out several alternative coordinates, so please come with us.
Oh, we fooled them. We actually fooled them!
Man, Ollie, Nekomata might have saved your ass here, but there is a bigger hole that is getting dug here with your lack of professionalism and lack to do the things right the first time. She's covering your ass, but it's not only going to save you for so long, dude.
If I need info from you, be ready to tell me quickly. Understand?
Right. Understood.
Officer, we've already marked 3 deployment points. This is the first location. This is the second. And this is the final one.
Very well. We'll go investigate investigate as per usual. Hollows are unpredictable. Stay close to me. Watch your step. Avoid the ethereals.
Is it going to move as well when I move? Yes, of course it is. Is it going to chase? It's chasing.
We've reached the deployment point. Setting up the bait now.
Wait. I hear something strange.
How come there are so many ethereals here?
Alright, Nekomata, let's do our bit. Oh, there's fucking mines everywhere again. Oh, I'm getting fucked up because the fucking bouncing Betty caught me. Yeah, okay, I was too far away. I was like, why isn't the thing triggering? Because I was on the other side of the fucking planet, that's why. A reminder whilst we're doing this, the rest of the week probably going to be Sonic Frontiers to try and get it done. But I also don't know exactly what days I'm streaming because it entirely depends on my cat and her health and well-being. If she's like really disgruntled and like not settling anywhere tomorrow, I'll spend time with her instead. Which is why there's no schedule for this week. She's got to go back for a checkup on Monday, so I probably won't be streaming Monday. Just as a heads up for anyone. I'm gonna head out. Okay, no worries, dude. You take care of yourself. But next week, assuming we do get Sonic Frontiers all sorted and done, it will probably be more Zenless, obviously, like getting more bits and bobs done here and there. But I want to get back on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah, she'll do alright. She's just like, you know, but she's had such a big op, she's just super tired all the time, but she's still recovering. We just have to be careful because she's getting older. She's not a young lady anymore, so she can't she can't walk off these things the way she used to.
I never expected a bunch of ethereals to jump out of nowhere like that. But they're dealt with.
You sure
And I've still got my other cat. My other cat's been good as gold. She's actually like been sleeping on my bed all stream long.
No wonder your average combat score.
And she's just next to me on the end of my bed sleeping.
Last month. Turns out it's all because of you.
Come on, you're all exaggerating. We're only up on you by 0.2 points. And combat scores are really only for internal use anyway. They're worth nada in the real world. Your precinct's high rate of closing cases? Now that's the real achievement.
Yeah? Didn't I hear you all cracked a whopper of a case a little while back, though?
You're probably thinking of those inter-district raids carried out by the 14th precinct, right? Ah, we can't take any credit for that.
Ah, I see. That's a real shame.
Right? If we don't catch these gangsters and their ether loot, then I don't know what I'm gonna write in my annual report this year.
Wow, even an elite officer like yourself has to worry about writing reports. I feel like you're one of us now.
It's much harder being a desk jockey than catching criminals in the hollows. But the word limit for reports this year has been reduced, thanks to all the spam your precinct put out last time.
That was actually Huggins over here. In his report, he
Of course it. God damn you, Huggins.
Being a public security officer is the greatest job in the whole world. Becoming a better officer is my core meaning in life.
Delady, you swore you'd never tell anyone about that. Anyway, it's better than what you wrote. If you can't afford to raise my salary, I hope you raise my pension by 20%.
But that's what I really thought.
Yeah, and I agree with her. You can't give her a pay rise, it better be in her fucking pension. Shit, I don't know, I'm with her. That's the cutthroat attitude I want to see.
To know so much about our inner precinct gossip. It's like I didn't even need to come along at all.
Isn't that a good thing? Why you getting all self-pitying?
Huh? Officer Ollie, what's that about pity?
I meant, there's nowhere good to place those ether resources here. And that's a real pity.
Ah, you're right. Let's push on and check out our next option then. We probably shouldn't deploy here. It's too dangerous.
Next, let's go over there.
This enemy's not going to make it easy for me. I mean, actually, I can just zigzag, but still. And then to the other side. Oh, jeez.
The space here seems pretty unstable.
Yeah, no kidding. It breaks behind you.
Point. Setting up the bait now.
Master, a hollow shift has just occurred. You are now in an area affected
Oh, cool.
by
Great. Now we're in a
spatial
different spot.
distortion.
Great. A hollow shift wasn't part of our plan.
Don't panic, that's normal. I've dealt with it.
Master, we found an old projector. I can play its memory data for you.
Oh, wow. What an interesting projector. Down, right, up, down. That's what order to go into these. Down. Right. Up. News. We'll pick this up and then
I
down.
have discovered a note. I suggest picking it up and taking a look. The note reads, "Red is a liar."
So we go up again.
It's the exit.
Clever, clever. If you don't check the note and just go to leave, you get fucked. That's funny. Because I noticed that the last one was red as well, but I didn't really think much of it until that said it. Holy shit, the game asking you to use your brain? Say it ain't so.
Over here.
So I want to see, because like, you get like the extra glow effect and the extra attack sparks when you have the signature weapon, which is why Kaleda's hair glows when I attack with her. I want to see like what the special effects I get on Grace when I eventually one day get her signature. Wouldn't that be nice? You can see like the tips of her hair glows and it starts to fade out when we're not attacking. That's because of her signature weapon being equipped. Which is cool. I like that all of Hoyoverse's games are experimenting with signature weapons actually having more visual flares. Because we got that little in Genshin with Arlecchino's weapon becoming a scythe if you have its signature. And now we'll be getting it in this game. Like Star Rail, I'm sure if I look deep enough, Star Rail has it as well, but I don't really look into the characters as much. And this game's a lot more blunt about it off the rip, so you know it has it because it usually tells you.
One of the first two locations would surely be suitable. Lucky we didn't spend too much time on them.
It's so nice to have such an elite on the team. Officer Ollie, you've achieved incredible success at such a young age. Could you tell us which school you graduated from?
Which school?
Oh, right. This is me. Argyle's campus.
Yeah, it was Argyle's campus.
Hey, isn't that the school where tuition is free?
Huggins, watch your mouth! Sorry, Officer Ollie. Huggins didn't mean anything bad about your old school. It's just, you're so skilled, we thought you must be from an elite academy.
So, which year did you graduate?
Oh, that's me again. Class of 45.
Class of 45.
Huh? 45? Wasn't that years ago? The graduates from that class must be nearly 40 now, right?
Yeah. But, ma'am, you don't even look 30, let alone 40.
Ollie, don't just sit there in awe. Hurry up with an excuse or you'll blow our cover.
Hang on. Officer Ollie, could it be that your real identity is in fact...
My real identity?
A child prodigy who skipped grades to get into the academy super early for her age?
Huh? You got me! I can't hide anything from you. I was actually an orphan who was taken in. My foster mom was always so kind to me, but she made some bad investments. So our finances were never good.
Ah, I see. So you're the oldest in a family with lots of foster siblings. You lived in a tiny house at the mercy of the elements. Your whole family squeezed.
Huggins, you have an imaginative. Okay, his hyper imagination is giving her a buyout here.
While carving off the good bits of bread to share with a smile for your younger siblings.
Wow, sounds like an old soap opera.
That's why. To keep costs down at home, you chose to enroll at the Argyle's campus, which has lower age limits and free tuition.
Actually, you pretty much nailed it.
But lots of company-affiliated schools have free enrollment too.
Why'd you decide to become a public security officer?
Well, before I went into foster care, I wasn't a good kid. This one time, I overestimated my abilities against a really bad person, and nearly ended up losing my life for nothing. But even with all that, someone still stood up for me, protected me, and accepted me.
She's actually talking about the cunning hairs here.
But for me, it was like coming home to a dream home. So if I could, I also wanted to protect something with my own hands. To pay it forward.
I understand. You chose to become
Yeah, she's paraphrasing. That's how she feels with the situation with the cunning hairs. That she's on the end of her ropes and in a life-threatening situation. The cunning hairs bailed her out, not because, like, you know, they knew her, but because they just thought it was the right thing to do for like this complete stranger to them, to an extent.
After hearing about your past, I realize I really don't have any dreams of my own. I only took this job for its pension perks.
There's nothing wrong with that in today's industry, Adeline. You're allowed to get it into things for the money. It's fine.
Dreams based in reality. Besides, our reasoning for joining the force might be different. But aren't we all fighting to protect this city, day in, day out?
Wow, Officer Ollie, you're so kind. As a fellow public security officer, I'm filled with pride. I'll have to redouble my efforts to be deserving of such words.
Sorry, ma'am. Huggins gets emotional easily. Don't mind him. Let's push on and check out the next
But Jesus
location.
Christ, she got bailed out hard there.
This area is prone to spatial displacement. Not a good spot. Let's head to another deployment point.
I had a feeling I was saying it's still going to collapse behind me.
Master, I haven't detected any anomalies here. This
Yeah, so one had too many enemies, one had a bunch of anomalies. You and the other two officers work diligently, moving supplies and setting up your bait, as you think to yourself. If only Ollie could help with physical labor like this. Well done, now you can finally call it a day.
Reporting in, Officer Ollie. Our ether resource trap has been set.
Great work. So it's done. I didn't think talking with those two would be so tiring.
Really? You obviously had no issues with it, Miss Nekomata. And what's more, the thing you said just now about using your hands to protect something, it was just like the real thing. If I didn't know you were just pretending to be me, I might have been moved to tears just like Huggins.
Wanna know why your acting skills were so bad before, Ollie?
Why?
It's because the key to a good disguise is to never completely make everything a lie. You need real experience, or else they'll see through you. Your words will lack conviction. You have to understand the character you're playing. Adding a hint of real-life experience works best, balancing truth and fiction.
So that's it. No wonder your story was so touching. It's because it's a true story.
Hey, don't just assume other people's experiences. I said add a hint. Anyway, if you hadn't messed up giving up the info, I wouldn't have had to go through all the trouble.
I'm so sorry, truly. Hang on, I think I hear something nearby.
Huh? Ollie, do you got me? What's going on?
Warning. Large numbers of ethereals are converging near the client's location. Hypothesis. This area experiences spatial anomalies that teleport in ethereals from other locations.
What? Now of all times? I'll come up with something, as long as he can hold them off for a few minutes.
What do you mean by come up with something? Officer Ollie, you've seemed a little absent-minded right from the get-go.
That's... You're right. I've actually had something on my mind. The key to this whole watching wait operation revolves around whether or not these gangsters actually take the ether bait we've laid out for them. That's why I think, before we withdraw, we should check nearby for signs of anyone suspicious, to guarantee that nobody notices anything about today's operation. Gangsters can be tricky after all.
Ah, I see. Drawing on such rich experience, no wonder you're leading the operation.
It's just... You've helped me out so much today running around these hollows. And now, I'm asking you to go the extra mile. It feels bad.
No, really, it's nothing. Guaranteeing safe operations is what public security officers do.
It sure is. I have the greatest respect for you, Officer Ollie, so just give us the order.
Alright, here's what we'll do. We're gonna split into 2 groups and search for signs of anything suspicious nearby. If we find anything, radio the other team.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll take that opportunity to quickly respond to a text as well. Nekomata's swift response earns approval of the other 2 security officers. However, to ensure everyone's safety, it might be wise to provide them with some additional guidance. Maybe you can check the left side together. Maybe you should split up and check both. Make a good point. It'll be safer if we stick together. Let's do that. The 2 officers not in agreement.
So we'll go that way.
I'm with you.
Proxy, we have to go rescue Ollie. These are definitely Ollie's footprints.
I had a feeling. I was like, oh, I bet it's going to divert, and there's going to be the last observation data, because it's going to be the end of the mission here. I figured this all out. Oh, is this a new track?
There's so many ethereals teleporting here. This doesn't look great. I hope he can hang in there. Do you really think some wimpy ethereals can stop me? The whispers are tingling. Ollie must be close. These ethereals are never ending.
Nice. Having them all together like that really helped out. You're still alive? What the fuck? Come out of here. Hey, dude. Oh, he's like... Actually, it's an in-game model.
Hey, Ollie! You can stop shaking now. Everything's fine.
It's Nekomata! Proxy! You made it! Oh no. If you're here, does that mean the entire operation has failed all because of me?
It hasn't failed. I managed to think up a way to send those 2 off. I'm completely exhausted. You know, you better take responsibility for turning a simple operation into such a mess. If you can't crack the case and get our commission fee, I'll never let you off the hook. You got that? Ollie? Ollie, answer me! I think Ollie's still in a state of shock.
No, I'm feeling okay now. I just can't stop thinking about something. Has teaming up with you all, or rather my idea of receiving a commendation, been unrealistic from the start? Watching how you handled things over the course of the operation today left me thinking. You can easily deal with anything that gets thrown at you, but I've only caused you trouble. I got the meeting place wrong, I can't even protect myself from ethereals, and I can't even provide you with the right intel when you need it.
Hey, Ollie! That's enough grumbling for now, okay? Nobody can easily handle every single thing that gets thrown at them. Didn't I tell you before? I almost ended up losing my life for nothing thanks to one bad guy. I wasn't lying about that. So there's actually lots of things I can't do. There are traces of ethereals all around you, Ollie. You must have wiped them out in a panic, right?
Really? I didn't even notice.
Ollie, you were the one who came up with using internet against these gangsters. You were the one leading this operation, and you were the one who took down these ethereals just now. Who kept yourself alive until we got here. Don't you get it? You're nowhere near as bad as you think. Stop being so hard on yourself, and turn your personal experience and your personality into your very own secret weapon. Huh? It's a message from those other officers. Yes, this is Ollie. What's going on?
Ma'am, your intuition and foresight are truly remarkable.
Huh?
Ma'am, not long after we split up, we spotted this sneaky figure around the setup point, so we apprehended him immediately. This kid was dressed up like a gangster. He might have something to do with the gang we're looking for.
Where are you right now? We'll head to you immediately, and we can go to the 12th precinct together.
What? Go into the precinct together? Delaney? Huggins? Wait a sec. I'm really far away from you right now. Why don't you take him back to the 11th precinct?
That, it wouldn't be proper.
It's totally fine. You two apprehended the suspect, so the credit's all yours. You should take him back to the 11th precinct for interrogation. Go on now, quickly! I've just taken on another assignment. I'll be watching closely as to how your interrogation goes. Good luck!
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Great work.
That's weird. I only mentioned it offhand. I never thought they'd actually catch a criminal. If you go back with them to their precinct, Ollie, it'll blow our cover. So we have to give them the credit for this arrest. But I'm a little anxious about the outcome of the interrogation. So, dust yourself off and hurry back to your precinct. Contact me the moment you hear anything.
Okay, you got it.
Alright, that managed to go off somewhat smoothly. I was expecting it to completely blow up in our faces, but somehow we pulled it off. Ollie hurries out to the hollow and back to the 12th precinct.
Roxy, Ollie's already headed off. Let's call it a day as well. I'm so tired. Forgive me for not taking EOS back.
Well, you're a really good teacher.
I never expected you to be such a good teacher, Nekomata.
Hey, come on. What are you saying? Even my ears are blushing. I mean, we've put in a lot of work today. If we leave them now, we'd be throwing away our investment. How can I put this? Whenever I used to see a public security officer, I would just avoid them. But after working with these two, I realized they're just a bunch of average Joes. You've also been running around all day, Proxy. Thanks. I bet we'll be getting a message from Ollie sometime soon. Let's get some rest for now. I'll contact you if I hear anything.
Well, despite the twists and turns, the operation went smoothly. Smoothly is an interesting word. We're safe thanks to Nekomata's quick reaction. Yeah, who would have thought a simple operation could turn out to be so dangerous? I knew Nekomata was quick-witted, but I guess I underestimated her. It's just a relief Nekomata is our friend and not our foe. Oh, right, what do you think about the guy who got caught by the security officers from the 11th precinct, Belle? Maybe we got lucky? Yeah, I also find the timing of that guy showing a bit too convenient. Maybe we can trace that guy back to the gang's pub Sek is after. Anyway, let's wait for an update after Ollie's interrogation. We can try and get this done now. I think we can do part 3 now. Yeah, let's get part 3 done, and then I'll call it a stream afterwards. We at least got all the Nekomata story done. I am, like, wary, once again, like, with stuff like that. And it's also getting super hot in here, so I will probably wrap it up and keep it a shorter stream, because it's very hot today. I got a message from Nekomata, and she wants to meet up at the parking lot. She sounds kind of serious in the text. What happened?
Proxy, if a public security officer found out who you are, how long do you think you could withstand being interrogated for confessing?
Confess is too serious of a word.
I'm just saying, but maybe I'm being too cautious. Audie's interrogation has concluded.
PubSec's quite efficient.
As things stand, we seem to be getting the answers we need, but my intuition tells me something is wrong. Very few gangsters who roam the streets are willing to reveal things so readily. I'm not sure if it's because PubSec is more experienced in interrogation techniques, but never mind. Something just feels off. That's why I wanted to talk to you in person. Let's talk inside your store.
After returning to the store of Nekomata, everyone listens to her recount her meeting with Ollie.
Miss Nekomata, 11th Precinct has sent over the results of their interrogation. That sneaky dude they found lurking around the hollows is actually from the gang we're going after. He's already flipped. He told us how they sent him out to snoop around because they'd heard about and were interested in our bait.
Oh, and under what circumstances did he give up this information?
Huh? Why do you ask? Is that important?
Of course! If he keeps silent, then there's definitely a connection. But if he gets suddenly angry, then perhaps you misread the situation. Or perhaps you're completely right. If he keeps saying, I can't say, it means there are conditions you have to meet before he'll talk. A gang member capable of hollow exploration like this is certainly no amateur. If he won't spill everything out of desperation, you should be very skeptical about anything he says.
You're so knowledgeable! But the interrogation was carried out by the 11th Precinct, so we only have access to the written report. There's no way of knowing the specifics of the interrogation. And there's something else that's troublesome. If this guy doesn't report back to his gang, it might expose our trap. So, to avoid that possibility, the Precinct decided to immediately use him in a sting to catch the rest of his gang. They asked him to leak info to his gang, saying that the ether resources are legit, and the gangs decided to make a move on it.
Meow. Something about this operation still seems fishy to me. I'll just have to bite my tail and go with the flow for now.
Back to the present,
That's
the store.
Everything that happened. According to that gang member, the gang tends to use a pretty large group for the robbery. There's a small team of 3 to 4 individuals assigned to handle the transportation and disposal of the stolen goods once the job is done. Ollie's mission this time is to lead a small team along with a defected gang member and capture those involved in fencing the stolen goods. They'll head to the hollow in a little while to carry out the mission.
Any concerns?
You seem a little concerned. Is everything okay?
If the gangster's confession was true, then everything should be fine. But, and maybe it's because I grew up in a street gang myself, something tells me we should find out more about that guy first. Since the precinct has already drawn up a plan to capture them, though, neither we nor Ollie have a choice in the matter. I've already talked to him. This time, we're gonna follow him at a distance and play things by ear. If he needs our help with anything, he'll find a way to message us in secret.
Alright, Old District Town. Help Ollie tighten the net on the gangsters. I've enjoyed Nekomata's little story. The character stories in this game, it's hard to explain because it's obviously, to an extent, it's in the context of its own world. Compared to like Genshin and Star Rail, I don't think they're on the same quality. It's a lot more like the shenanigans they get up to, we help them out across 3 little chapters. You know, Soldier 11 was like deep undercover. Nekomata's having to like play along with a mission to try and get money for the group. But you know, like they don't seem as like intricate about the backgrounds of the characters. But equally, it's harder to do so because that's kind of the point of the stories. Because like they don't want to regurgitate old elements like that. It's weird. Like I like them, I do enjoy them, but it's like they aren't on the same level. I feel like, at least right now, like to even like the base game version of like Genshin and Star Rail. Because Genshin's like opening story quests, yeah, a lot of them are very basic. Mona's one's pretty enjoyable, at least. Like you get a good idea, you cover a lot of land, like of like the launch area, and like Star Rail. Obviously, I joined late, but like Saval's story was fascinating for like a character story. I love Saval's story.
Practice is vital.
Which is why like, it was like I do have some kind of like base comparison point. I don't think the character stories in this hit the same, but equally I enjoy them for what they are. Like, they do their own thing. They have this 3-episode structure. Like, it feels like a mini story that's like not just like, hey, what's going on with this character? It feels more like an episode, like a separate like one-off episode situation, or like a mini series situation that's just separate from like the overarching story.
All right, Alberto, you're our informant, so it's time for you to take the stage. Give your boss a call. Yes, sir. Hello? Yeah, boss, it's me.
Alberto, glad you still remember who's boss. My patience was seconds away from wearing thin after not hearing from you in so long.
Sorry, boss. I had a problem with my carrot, and only just got it fixed. But it's all sorted now.
You better not mess this up. I've got the location that you sent over. Is it the right place?
Don't worry, I got the scoop when I was out gathering intel last time.
Alright, we're gonna get the goods now. You go meet up with the vehicles. Out.
I did everything you said, sir.
Okay. Next, you'll take us to the ones responsible for selling the stolen goods.
Proxy, Ollie's group is about to get moving. We should get going too.
Master, please remotely assist Ollie in reaching his destination.
I'll do the best I can.
have updated your system with Ollie's location. Please make sure that the path you take with Ollie...
Their path out is blocked by an iron gate.
Detected. An electrical
There's a switch.
that controls
Yeah, we can't let them linger because they will get suspicious. Yeah, we can get over there.
It's open! Your virtual assistant is useful after all.
Oh boy.
We can close the door with that button over there so Ollie will know he should switch paths.
Miss Nekomata, your help from afar is invaluable.
Oh.
No worries, just keep going. Leave the rest to me.
Yeah, now we'll fight the enemy. But if you like get a good rhythm, you can dash cancel into Nekomata so quickly, like with her attacks, because like she does that little cross slash when you sprint in and you do this, and you can just kind of do it into herself, like do that into that. Yeah, there's a little cooldown after the second one, but still, there's a lot you can get out of that.
Okay.
Ow.
You can't escape.
Nice.
I'm hearing interference on the comms device. Don't stray too far away. How far from the stolen goods are we?
There is a shortcut, but seems like we're good to go.
This is cute. How long is this path? Oh, the camera's fixed. Never mind, we can't see.
Looks like someone's sneaking up behind Ollie and company.
Oh, we're gonna fucking snipe it? Oh, this is funny. But now we're on their path. Wait, shouldn't all the bandits be where the bait is set? Why are they still here? You and Nick might have a bad feeling about this. We need to defeat them first, and then we interrogate them for answers. Uh-oh. are you trying to do, buddy? Let this Guardian swing like a maniac. Get out of here. Nice.
Watch out, surprise attack.
Oh, the other guy ran in. Oh, that's on you, buddy. Get out of here.
Children need lots of rest.
No problem. Watch it back.
Oh, I could probably get a number of them by lining myself up, right?
I'm here.
I'm over here. I'm over here.
Ow, ow. I bet the other guy's like, no, why did you shoot at her? She gets the dodge attack. Nice. Oh, Grace, my beloved.
Weird. Why are there bandits here? What happened? Where did they go?
Uh-oh.
Komagawa is shifting. Gang set us up. We fell into their trap.
Uh-oh.
What? What's going on? I thought there were only supposed to be a few of them covering the sale. What are all these guys doing here? This isn't good. We're outgunned. Everyone, just calm down and get ready to make a break for it!
Don't you think it's a little late for that?
Boss, we rounded up the officers, except for the one leading them.
So, this is what you had planned all along?
Of course it's a trap. Never thought the hunter would become the hunted, did you?
You, don't tell me you...
We're a gang making a living stealing ether resources. We always know where the grass is greener. Killer job like that pops up on internet? You better believe we're gonna look into it. If you ask me, your mistake was being way too eager to get what you want. And trusting the word of a gangster. Anyway, we'd be rude not to accept such a fine gift from public security. Right?
What are you gonna do?
Already shaking with fear. Now, how did a coward like you end up making captain?
Alright, Captain. It's time for you to take the stage. Call up your main force and come up with a reason for them to withdraw from the resource site.
What? No way! I won't!
No. Do you still not understand the gravity of the situation? Help us get this batch of ether resources, and I'll let you live. Isn't that a good deal? Or would you rather wait here with these officers, waiting to be fed to the ethereals?
Ethereals! No, don't! You can't feed me to an ethereal!
Hey, boss! I think ethereals really freaked this guy out. Captain, call up your guys right now. The boss's patience is running out.
No, I can't do that.
Huh?
I don't want to be eaten by an ethereal, but I don't want to lose my job either. If I help you contact the main force, I'll be fired, and my life will be completely ruined!
So what you're saying is, it's better to just end everything here and now.
No, that's not what I meant either! What I'm saying is, I know another way to get the etheric resources without having to involve the other officers.
Huh. Is that a fact? Sure you're not just, making stuff up?
Of course not. Please trust me. I'm an orphan, and was adopted as a kid. I brought up a whole load of siblings, all unrelated to me, and I suffered so much over the years. I thought becoming a public security officer would mean having a decent job. But after all these years in the department, I've mostly just been sitting on the sidelines. I'm not that young anymore, and this operation might be the last chance I ever get. But seeing as it's doomed anyway, I should really think about myself first and foremost. As long as the department doesn't know I'm responsible, the blame won't fall on me, even if the ether resources are lost.
How surprising. The kid really does have some will to live. Alright then. Lead the way.
Meanwhile, on the other side...
Damn it. I knew something smelled fishy! It was all a setup! The gangsters tricked Ollie!
Well, it's already happened, so all we can do now is adapt and respond. But Nekomata, Belle, what do you think about what Ollie just said?
I think Ollie must have some kind of trick up his sleeve.
Yeah, I think so too. Remember? Back when we first met Ollie, he was terrified. But he still didn't reveal he was actually a public security officer.
Yeah, like she said, he may be unreliable, but he's got more backbone than I expected. And what he was saying to the gangster boss, don't you think it sounded familiar?
He's a bright guy. He's definitely planning something. Let's follow him and see what he's up to.
Come with me. Over there.
So well behaved. Keep an eye on the area for me.
There's Ollie taking the gang members.
Alright, we have to go this way first. I'll fight him. I want the coin, but I want my gear coins in case I need it for something else. I probably don't, but fuck it. Was one more scrap anyway. Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, that was it? 2,000 coins on that easy fight? Come on. It took a second to load there. It is kind of wild, like, how much loading is in this game at times. But I know, like, it's, you know, mobile game, whatnot, you have to be wary of it sort of thing. But I think, like, of all the Hoyoverse games, this game has the most time you have to spend loading. Like, it's kind of wild how much you spend, like, on these waiting screens, like, between menus, and you're exploring the town, and you're going from combat sections, etc. You do a lot of it. Like, it's wild, like, how small the spaces, or, like, the zones are in the grand scheme sort of things.
Come on, try harder!
And considering there's only, like, there's an area we haven't, been made available to go to yet, that I've been hearing stories kind of poorly optimized. It's like, maybe they need to, like start fixing that address, or start working on that, make it a bit better optimized. like between, like as the updates go on. Make it so it can load quicker the areas that are already designed that way, but make it so that the areas can be bigger and more free-flowing without compromising the engine later on. Because the other city area you haven't unlocked, then that place, even on like PS5, from what I can see, really struggles to maintain any kind of frame rate. It's super slow.
Stick with me, CP.
Time to sharpen my claws! Is Ollie trying to tell us to use the switch?
Oh, okay, we're about to go fight the boss.
Okay, we're here.
Uh-oh.
We've arrived at our destination.
Hey, what is this place? This seems pretty far from where you stash your etheric resources.
Please, just hear me out for a moment. When I was out here earlier, laying out the resources, I discovered this weird spatial displacement phenomenon nearby, happening intermittently.
Are you saying all we have to do is just wait here, and a spatial displacement will bring etheric resources to us from who knows where?
Yes, just a little bit longer, and a miracle is going to happen.
Huh? What's the matter? Why are you getting all sweaty? What's that sound?
Boss, this isn't good. Ethereals!
He lured them straight into an ethereal nest.
Many. Where'd they all come from?
I can't take it anymore!
Meanwhile, on the other side...
So Wally took those gangsters to where he got attacked last time!
Looks like he's trying to use the ethereals to weaken the gangsters, to create an opportunity for us.
We shouldn't let his efforts go to waste. Come on, let's get after him. The gang members won't let him go. Let's hurry up.
Are you serious? Come on! Like, you just shoot it straight at him. What was all the dance around? I know it's on the third party, this.
Finally wiped out all the ethereals, boss.
Where'd that sneaky little cop get to, Alberto? How dare he try this kind of stunt on me? I'm gonna skin him alive.
He's over here. We've got him. Come here.
I took you for a jittery coward before. I didn't think you had the guts. You led us to that horde of ethereals hoping they'd take us out. Bet you never thought a bunch of gangsters like us could take them all out, huh?
No. I actually thought of that, but I knew this would be enough.
What do you mean? Make some sense.
What he means is, now I can take you out all by myself!
Alright, big guy. Oh, it's just more of these guys. Let's say, where is he?
You guys wanna try me too?
God, every single person here took bullets. That's funny. Grace's range when it suits is wild.
He's heading that way! Run him down!
I'm ready. I'm expecting like a unique enemy or a boss or something. That'd be nice. We change someone that runs a little faster.
All you got? Let's get him!
Children need lots of rest.
There he is. Ow, he just punched me in the fucking face.
Grab a couple more.
There we go, now we're in. And then whoever it ends on, we will ult them. I suppose it's fitting Nekomata gets the last hit, considering it's her story.
How much longer are you gonna bug me?
Until you all surrendered, of course.
G-Mine!
He's just one girl. Take her out.
Watch out! Get him! She's just some lousy cat.
She fucking kicked between his legs? Bruh. That's hilarious.
See that one more time?
Stupid cat!
Told you I could take all you out just by myself.
That may be my favourite combat cutscene in the game so far. That was adorable. Let me save the recording for that 1 second. Oh, I don't know how long the cutscene was. I'll just say last 3 minutes. I know it's overkill, but sure. That was adorable. I love that scene. Oh, you put yourself together.
Ollie, pull yourself together. You're safe now.
Yeah, I know. I'm okay. I'm just feeling a little flustered, you know, having seen so many ethereals.
Those gangsters almost tore you to pieces, but you're still fixated on the ethereals? You really are something. But anyway, you did a pretty good job just now, Ollie.
That's right. If you hadn't thought so quickly to use the ethereals to weaken them, Nekomata and I wouldn't have been enough to take them out.
Well, you know, now that I think about it, that really was kind of unbelievable, wasn't it? My mind just about went blank once I realized we'd been double-crossed. And I don't know why, but I suddenly thought of what Miss Nekomata said before. Turn your personal experience and your personality into your very own secret weapon.
So, you figured out the way I do things, and tricked those gangsters the same way I would've? Great work! And thanks to your quick thinking, your lies went a whole lot more smoothly this time.
It's because what I said wasn't all lies.
Yeah?
Well, didn't you tell me that it's best to mix in some of your own personal experience if you want to get someone to believe your lies? Well, I really am an orphan. I was the oldest kid at the orphanage, and I really did have to more or less raise a whole load of siblings, all unrelated to me. And the reason I chose Argyle's was because of the free tuition, due to family finances.
If your finances were so bad, why didn't you go to a company-affiliated school? I have heard lots of company-run schools offer scholarships. And with your ether aptitude, you probably would have gotten some more lucrative job offers once you graduated.
Some orphans who get out into the real world feel shackled by self-doubt or the distressing memories of their early years, and they happen to find themselves on a path irreversibly in pursuit of money and survival. Of course, I don't mean to say anything bad about people like that. After all, it is what it is. But as an older brother, I never want to see my younger siblings like that. I wanted to become a public security officer so I could stand with my head held high and tell them we can all become amazing people. But I'm no role model. I've done nothing really after all these years. I mean, I've never even been awarded so much as a simple commendation before.
No wonder you were so intent on getting some recognition before. It was all because of this. But I think your wish just might have come true.
Huh?
Good role models aren't defined by the accommodations they're awarded, but by the actions they take. You showed ingenuity and bravery during the mission. You not only saved public security from losing those ether resources, but you also arrested all those criminals. Are those not the actions of a good role model?
Really? I did all that?
Sure did. So keep your head up high. Your brothers and sisters, they're all gonna be proud of you too. Anyway, everything's settled for now. So, we'll leave the rest of it to you public security officers to handle.
Great. Our partnership has reached a successful conclusion.
I don't know if I'll get a bonus this time, but I'll pay both your fees as soon as I get back to the precinct.
I'm sure you'll get your bonus. But as for my cut, I don't want it.
Huh? Miss Nekomata, what are you talking about?
I said you don't have to pay me! Just pay the proxy! Take your bonus and buy those kids something nice. Kids who grew up with nothing cherish whatever gifts they're given. This is just... it's just what I found in my personal experience.
In that case, let's split the remainder. But Ollie, we have a condition. Remember what you said today, and keep being a good role model for those kids.
Yeah! And if I ever catch even a sniff that you've gone crooked, then you can bet I'll be the first one after you.
Thanks so much! I promise, I'll definitely keep up my end of the deal too.
Just like that, the curtain finally closed on a successful operation. Even though it really should have fallen apart like a million times. But hey, we made it! We win these! Sometimes we win these for weird reasons, but we win these. A week later.
Proxy! It's me!
Oh, are you finally gonna work in the store to repay the cutting hair's debt?
No way. I just came by today to bring you some fresh fish.
There's no such thing as a free lunch, Nekomata.
Don't be so suspicious, you two. They're from Ollie.
Ollie sent this? He's a public security officer. Where'd he get so much fish?
After he was told he'd be getting his bonus, he said he went back to the orphanage last weekend. He went ahead and told them all the presents were from me, so all the kids went out fishing with him to say thanks.
Ollie's a good guy getting you your favorite food.
Well, yeah, but don't stereotype us Sirens. Sometimes we want a little variety. Something nicer. Like steak or crab legs. Anyway, I've got way too much now.
Sorry, what was that last one? Wait, hang on a minute, Nekomata, back up a second.
I insist.
So just then, the door of the video store opens. Oh, hey, Anby.
Anby, you... what are you doing here?
I'm just returning a tape. Ah, proxies. That's a lot of fish. I didn't buy it. It was a gift from Nekomata's friend.
Hey, Anby, what do you mean by, exactly?
Nothing. It's just a little surprising you have friends who give you gifts. Not like the rest of us cunning hairs.
Well, of course I do, because I'm actually super popular. Definitely. Enough to call me a role model for the cunning hairs.
Yeah, the very role model of a cunning hair.
Huh? You just agree. Just like that?
So?
It's nothing.
I love Anby so much.
This is a waste of time.
I'm going back to the cunning hairs now, Nekomata. You coming? Want me to carry some fish?
Okay. We'll be going then, Phaethon. See ya!
All things considered, the commission ended pretty well. Well, it's fish for dinner tonight.
Nekomata finishes speaking and leaves. Belle, why did Nekomata suddenly say all this was a waste of time? Because her original goal, right? Yeah, she was infighting with Anby, she felt. When Nekomata first approached us about working together, she said it was so Anby could praise her as a model of the cunning hair. But looking back, if Nekomata hadn't put so much into this case, she would have never made friends with Ollie and gotten fish from a friend. And she wouldn't have had a chance to brag to Anby about how popular she is, so nothing's really a waste of time. And we get fish for free. Yeah, the fresh fish is not exactly easy to come by. Any recipes you'd like to try? Let's decide what we're eating tonight first. Take a break, that's the end of the story. Yeah, trophy unlocked. An adept student requires a brilliant teacher. Do Nekomata's agent story. That was fun. Oh, okay, this still technically isn't done. We've got to do a little bit more wrap-up. But, even though it's a shorter stream, I think I'm going to call it there. Because it's boiling, and I want to get some food. So I'll do that. Oh, hang on a minute. It's the end of the stream. You know what that means? I get to try going for Rena again. Or get the same weapon I've had like a million times. Oh, hey. Hey, dude, I'll take him. Anton, get out of here. I appreciate we're getting a lot of A ranks, but get out of here. Ah, that I'll have to do. Where is he?
Time for some. How can I help? Time for some hard labor?
And how much do I have from this to save up for the weapon? Oh, we're still a ways off, but we're getting there. We're nearly halfway. But that'll do from me. Next time we meet up, so I don't know when I'll be streaming because it's just, we have to always take it careful with my cat. But we'll be doing some Sonic Frontiers. We will get back more to this game because it is nice to come back to it, even if I don't get the stream on it that long. So we only did for like 3 hours today. But I digress. As always, remember to like and subscribe. It generally really helps this channel grow. Additionally, you can find my Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal in the description of every single video. But until then, you guys take care now. Peace.